Okay.
Hey, what's up? We are live. I believe we're live. I think we're live. Actually, live on Twitter right now too. I figured I'd throw a hat into the Twitter space there, Twitter world, as OJ would call it. Remember OJ? Hello, Twitter world.
Oh, you mean like a space?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not really
Yeah,
quite
I
certain.
thought Twitter Spaces are purely audio, and then it's like everyone who joins has a little face bubble, and you're like the moderator of the room, and you can give people access to talk.
I know it's video. I guess they have video now. Yeah, it's a broadcast. I see it on Twitter. All right, yeah. Well, we're on there. Who knows? Maybe someone will join in from there. Kind of cool. But yeah, dude, I was looking at well, we got a crazy Super Bowl coming up. We got Taylor Swift made the Super Bowl, first year in the NFL. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, once that relationship materialized, it felt like they were getting to the Super Bowl at all costs. The amount of interest that shit generated.
Well, also,
you know how many, not only like younger demographic they tapped into, but
like female
older.
demographic.
I mean, Taylor Swift's been around for a fucking while now.
Oh, dude, Taylor Swift is kind of like that. Honestly, she's the like the Barbie movie, like how that made all that money, and that's the same, like that's the same age group. It's like 35 and under. And like like anywhere from like probably 7 to 35.
I think there's like there's like tons of older women.
Oh, I'm sure of that, but I'm saying like their market base.
Like just listen to her shit because of exposure. That's the main thing.
That's a big market base, though. Well, there's obviously more, because I was gonna say I was looking into, everyone's like, oh, she doesn't have that much of an impact, but no, she's got a way more bigger impact than I thought. That is like honestly like pretty nuts. And a lot of like when you sent me that link about how people think that she's gonna endorse Biden or something, and I think she actually does have a gigantic influence, that it's like kind of scary in a sense. And the money is there. That's the thing, is like the money is crazy. Like I was looking at this economist what is it? Yeah, an economist from
Economicon.
Yeah, the Necronomicon economist. He's from Duke, I think. But that Tay cash boost, man. Here you go. Look at this. She brings in about a Super Bowl amount of money to a city every time she plays the show. It's like nuts. Her Eras tour or whatever is worth about like gonna get around 55 billion to 80 billion, topping the Super Bowl by far. Like not even close. So like just going to any random city, she's bringing in that Super Bowl cash. And that's not even just like her show. Like a part of that is like just being in the city. Like if you look at this, like her in the city, her fans, like this is per person, spends about $1,300 in that little city. So, and that's like, we're talking, she played the Arizona Stadium, the same as the Super Bowl last year. I think she did 3 shows there. And so that's talking like a full stadium times 3, spending $1,300 in Arizona, in Phoenix. Like that is a gigantic amount of money to the city or any place. So she really does have a big economic boost. It's more than I thought. Didn't realize that.
What would you compare her to? Like peak Madonna or some shit? Lady Gaga?
Maybe, honestly, maybe more like Michael Jackson level.
No, well, yeah, I mean,
I think more than
more than Madonna. For female artist, but yeah,
I was gonna say like kind of that level where it's like, I would say Michael Jackson level. Like when I was looking at these numbers, I was like, this is,
or Beyonce.
This is kind of like, I think more. I don't think Beyonce ever really got like to that level of Michael Jackson. This is kind of like the same thing, man.
Around that period where like Obama was, and then we're like best friends and shit. It was pretty big. And she was
I don't think like this.
She's with Jay-Z and all that shit.
See, the thing is, I don't think Beyonce ever got like 7-year-olds. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think the Taylor Swift's range is like crazy of people that she brings in. And I mean, she must be some kind of witch, because to be this mediocre looking and getting all this money is, and also like not like, to me. I mean, I'm not a fan of this kind of music, but she seems like a very mediocre musician too. Like, I don't really see.
I thought she started out doing country music, and then it at some point turned to like just, I don't know, like power pop.
I don't think it's power. I think it's just pop, right?
Well, no, like power pop's like 70s guitar rock, but it's like power pop in the way that like it finds a way to be as bland and universally easy to digest.
Yeah, I mean, I am seeing that there is somebody who makes more money, but there's a good chance that her tickets for this whole tour, which is going to last like a year, is going to make like $1 billion. So this is actually making way more than that first article was estimating. That was in August of 2023. She's making $13 million per show. For the first 22 concerts, she made $300 million. She's expected to probably surpass $1 billion just on this tour. And Elton John, whose farewell tour was Yellow Brick Road tour, which I'm pretty sure was like a 2 to 3 year tour. That was $939 million. So he's making some fucking serious money too. Like, I mean, I get that one. He's got like more, age on her and acclaim, I guess, but still, like, Jesus Christ, the amount of money that's getting spent on these things, it really is. Here you go. There's $140 million spent in customer spending. That's outside of her shows. That's just being in a town where she's playing. Like, the cash boom is real. So,
did you ever see?
I would fix things for. What was that?
Did you ever see that?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah,
I
only saw like bits and pieces, but I thought he did pretty well. That guy's not, he's not great or anything, but he's
I actually think he's pretty good, man.
Franchise and shit. He's not bad.
No, I think he's like really pretty good. That movie really made me think like, oh yeah, this kid's like really good. I never really thought of before that.
Like his
opus.
Yeah, like the Freddie Mercury guy from what's that fucking show where they're
Mr. Robot.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I wanted to check it out, but it's just like too far gone. I'm not gonna watch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see it. Well, I don't think it's that much though.
Like my life.
I don't think it's like that much to watch. I could be wrong.
I also heard The Americans is supposed to be good, though.
I've seen some of that. It's all right. That Iron Claw movie is kind of like, what's his name? Efron's like magnum opus too. That was one thing I noticed. Like he is like really he's another one who like
came out at a weird time to try and get Oscar stuff. It felt a little.
He got snubbed
late.
Yeah, I think you could have gave him a Best Actor nomination. I kind of get why they didn't. He's sort of like on that cusp where I get you could be like, no one's gonna come out and say. I think there's only
think about it. He's like a Disney child motherfucker, and then he does like borderline B movie stuff, and then you rush him into some kind of shit to take him seriously. Only a couple months before, end of the year and stuff. Maybe if it came out middle of the year, he had more time to garner.
Yeah, I think so. Steam. Yep. No, I think if this came out like early fall, it would be a different story. Like definitely. Although definitely have to say, like it's kind of like, well, the Taron Egerton, I never thought was like a bad actor. I kind of thought Efron was a bad actor, and then I saw this and I was like, oh no, he's good in the right role, or this was just perfect, or he really nailed it or something. I don't know. Like the Egerton guy is always like pretty decent. But that Elton John role was like really good. That's a good movie. Even like the weird little, like there's some weird psychedelic parts in it that like don't make any sense that I like a lot. I was like, that's a cool way to do it. In that Elton John movie where it's like there's a point where everyone just starts floating and like
Rocket Man.
I think it's Rocket Man. Yeah. It was pretty good. I did like that. Did enjoy it. But yeah, that that Tay cash boost, man. That's some real shit. That's why you're gonna talk about fixing a Super Bowl. You fix this Super Bowl, you're gonna make some. Like, if the Chiefs win, there's more money that will be made from this movie because of Taylor Swift. You know, you can get a Swift Chiefs jersey. I mean, she's the Rookie of the Year, right? She probably will. She should win Rookie of the Year for the NFL. I mean, who else are you gonna give it? Who's the front runner for Rookie of the Year?
It's either Nakua or Stroud.
Oh God, come on, that's ridiculous. Give it to Taylor Swift. Give it to Taylor Swift. She's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. She had to hang out with John Mayer. That seems like enough. I think she probably fucked him too. Oh, who knows? Probably not, but that seems like way enough punishment.
I don't know. It seems like whatever John Mayer touches, he fucks, pretty much.
Yeah, like your ears when you listen to his music. It feels like
Well, it's weird.
Fuck of the year.
Apparently, he's actually really good at guitar, and there's all these clips of him like doing these crazy solos and shit. But then he really dumbs it down for his own music because he knows, these slobbers want to hear him mope.
Yeah, no, I've seen him. I've seen some of. Yeah, he's definitely good at guitar. He's a really.
You seen him live?
No, I've seen like live clips of that. Yeah, he can like.
Yeah, I saw like a couple. I was like, oh, okay, he's wanking. Wonderful.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I'd expect him. I mean, even tell the truth, even his songs are not like super easy to play on guitar. They're not like it's not like Green Day.
Ones?
Yeah, they're not like easy to play on guitar. It's pretty. Some of his stuff's pretty complicated. Like Green Day is like, 3 chords that aren't even chords, just power chord. Like,
yeah, but that's the point.
That's a band that's like
try and be as catchy as possible while taking a sufficient amount of speed.
Yeah, well, and gay sex and popper is probably right. Isn't he gay now?
Who's gay? Billy Joe Armstrong?
I guess he's always been gay. I mean, he's definitely been gay, like as in lame for sure. And he's definitely a faggot, but regardless of his sexual orientation, he's always been a little faggot, as Louis C.K. would say there. Got to bring back that word, by the way. No problem with it. It's got to come back.
Well, faggot is a bundle of sticks. Fag, I don't know what. A fag is a cigarette. It's strange how both iterations have multiple meanings.
Yeah, it's funny also how like some curse words here, which are like the most offensive words, are terms of endearment in the UK. Like you call someone a cunt in like Scotland, it's like a good thing. It's like a pal.
In Australia, there's this guy who I listen to for fantasy basketball stuff, and apparently it's pretty cool. Like basketball in Australia is really big, and they
like American culture more than a lot of places.
A cunt is a term of endearment, but for Americans, it's the opposite. So he can't use it anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely not liked here. That's like one of the most disliked ones.
Yeah,
for some reason, it doesn't really make sense by that one.
Last time I used it, but it was around like.
I think cunt and faggot are the most.
Somewhat of a neutral audience, and they reacted more than I expected. So then I realized, okay, this is like you got to put it on like George Carlin's like words not to use anymore or whatever.
I think there's 3 words that are like the worst in America, and there's one that tops it.
I know we can't bring up.
Yeah, one of it. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? There's like a bunch that.
No, but that's the most one. That's
are
the biggest
more
one.
Like niche and.
It's still not like as.
Yeah. But don't qualify because they're not very like as standard,
Yeah,
but,
like a spook or a spade.
I know. Yeah, I know. Like at least like 5.
I know you know all of them, man.
It's adjacent, and most people won't even probably understand what it is. But if you know your history, then you're in trouble.
Well, you told me all about cooning. That was a new thing for me, so you enlightened me on.
Yeah, I guess that's an adjective.
Yeah, but yeah, the obviously the Edward number 1. I would say number 2.
But also, like cooning and being an Uncle Tom are pretty much the
Similar.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're pretty much just like selling out your race to make money.
Yeah, I would say
And
number
no
two
more
is
money.
number two is
And
faggot.
in the process, you're just doing like really embarrassing, self-deprecating shit.
Right.
Like
Tyler
like,
Perry.
like all these black actors.
You just
that
gotta
have to
say
work
Tyler
with
Perry.
these.
They get it. Everybody will get that. Yeah.
In a way, that's being an Uncle Tom and cooning.
Yeah.
Because
Number two is
is
definitely
that
faggot.
Ziegler, by the way, in the middle?
Yeah, I forgot to throw her in.
Ugh, yeah.
Number three, I would say is cunt. The one we're talking about here. Number four, I would say is bitch. I'd say bitch is pretty.
No,
like
that's nothing.
no. People do not like that term, bitch. It's like a big. It actually comes up in the next thing we're gonna talk about. Comes up a little bit. The next thing I'm gonna talk
It gets
about.
thrown around so much. I don't understand how people will be like so used to it, and cunt. You don't hear that very often, if ever.
Yeah, no, definitely like a no word. I think
Like,
faggot.
bitch is an ad lib for
I think there's three.
rappers
I think
and
there's
shit.
three. There's three no words that like really don't get said much in America. And yeah, it's cunt, faggot, and the other one.
Yeah, but the other one has multiple iterations that could make up the rest of the.
That's what's also funny. Like that other one, I can't even say it. Like I feel like you don't even want to go there and say it. Like the other one, I could say cunt and faggot. The other one's like a head and shoulders above those. Like head and shoulders above those. Can't even say that one. I wouldn't want to say the one without the hard R. None of that even too. I'd play a clip where it said, but I'm not gonna say it.
Well, you know what's weird about that too is like
which is funny. It shows you it's like a
when
weird
people,
word.
When people try to say without saying it, it's almost like even worse. Like when people say the N word or whatever, it's like
that's why I don't want to even say it. That's why I want to avoid saying that because it's
bleep it out.
I think you just say like the one that no one wants to hear. Everyone kind of knows what you mean.
But it's like, it's almost like
number one
weird confusion people will have where you say black or African American and like all that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like it's Voldemort that word. You can't say it because you don't want to say Voldemort. It's the same kind of shit. That's our Voldemort.
You don't want to say God forbid you say it 3 times in a row. You don't know what you might unleash the apocalypse.
Well, speaking of that, Harmony Korine's new movie, which is, it's Harmony Korine, so
yeah. He goes the other ways. Like he's either like someone interesting and entertaining, or a complete.
I think he's been interesting for a long time, actually.
Annoying art douche piece of shit.
Well, I guess Spring Breakers is interesting. That's probably the last time he's been.
It's all right.
Interesting.
No, I mean it's Flash Humpers and.
Yeah, but that's older. That's really old.
I know, but what is there a statute of limitations on him being interesting to watch?
Well, no, but I was just saying, like, I don't think he's been interesting.
Oh, like recent shit. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think he's done anything.
Spring Breakers felt like just cheap exploitation of Selena Gomez.
Yeah, this is also just like the weirdest art.
Because honestly, like the main like selling point of that movie was Selena Gomez is going from Disney girl to slut.
Yeah, that was a big part of it. Yeah,
and then you watch it, she barely
she's
does
like
anything harsh, and then leaves for the rest of the movie. It's such a bullshit cop out, and he's a manipulative piece of shit.
Yeah, well, he was part of the Pussy Posse. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's him, Lucas Haas, who I think was running the whole thing.
Really, you think so? I think maybe Leonardo DiCaprio.
Compared to Leonardo DiCaprio, who's getting more pussy?
Not him.
We'll see.
Well, you know who's the dark horse. You know who's the dark horse of that too, right? So let's see if you can name the members. I know the members here. I mean, we obviously talk about Harmony Korine. We talk about Leonardo DiCaprio. We talk about Lucas Haas. Who's the other two? There's two other standouts here. One's a very good friend, a known very good friend of Leonardo DiCaprio. A certain Spider-Man, as you might think of.
I already knew Tobey Maguire's or somebody.
Tobey Maguire, yeah. There's one more.
There's
one more. This is like the weirdest dark horse one of them all.
Kevin Mandanko?
No, it's even weirder than that.
You know, he said that the reason he drinks that much milk is the lactation helps his throat when he plays the sax.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
I questioned his milk intake. I said, this is unhealthy for anyone to drink this much milk.
Yeah, strange kid, man. He didn't like chocolate at all. Like, he didn't like chocolate whatsoever, but he'd like down all this milk. It was gross. So strange.
I mean, they're kind of the same thing in the end.
Yeah, I mean, especially like, yeah, there's milk in chocolate, like, or our American chocolate for sure. But yeah, here's the outlier that you're not gonna get this one unless you see it. But on the left here, David Blaine was the other one was David Blaine, the Magic Man himself.
Weird. So David Blaine was relevant that same time period. I thought he kind of came around much later.
Yeah, no, it was this, and then also it's also weird how like the Pussy Posse was like a New York thing, which is weird because all these guys are like very
that's
like
true.
super Hollywood. But also back then in the 90s, New York kind of had more of like I don't remember like Times Square. New York was kind of more of the hot spot for a little bit. That's gone. Like I feel like that's like completely gone. Like, but there was like a time where that was like the hot area, like even more than LA, especially like that TRL time and all that. Like LA wasn't as cool. Now I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Des Moines, Iowa. I don't know. But yeah, So infrared trash is what this reviewer was talking about with this movie, and he actually saw it. He saw it in this reviewer here saw it in what was it? Where was it? Was it Cannes or I don't think it was Cannes. It was Venice Film Festival. So it already premiered, and everyone was like embarrassed at this movie who went and saw it. That's all I've heard. But here's the trailer. So I know you haven't seen this. Check this out.
The old world is no more. No more truth. I was born to kill. It is all I know. I am the world's greatest assassin.
This looks unwatchable.
Yeah, I think it is.
This feels like a big troll job.
No, I think you're right on that.
Travis Scott, ever since that fucking
Astroworld himself, right there. Yeah, no, I think it is kind of a troll job. Even in this one guy's review, he kind of said I don't think this guy wants to make movies anymore.
No, this is like unserious bullshit just to collect some money and produce some crap.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't. I mean, that's fine. I just think he doesn't, and it kind of makes sense because he doesn't really make movies a lot anymore anyway. But I don't think he really wants to make movies, and this kind of seems like it. I mean, that looks fucking utterly horrible, and I don't think I could visually sit through that movie. Just I would get headache.
It looks like disorienting and just awful to experience.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with watching bad movies, but that's on a level to where I don't want to put myself through it, like Down Periscope.
That wasn't as bad. I think I'd rather watch Down Periscope than this.
Or apparently, I can't go through the sands of time again.
Yeah, apparently, here's someone. See, this is someone else who saw it in Venice Film Festival. Yeah, like again, I like if you look this up, like anyone who saw this movie is like embarrassed that they even like saw it. Yeah, it's apparently. I mean, this is a little bit of a woke review, which I'm like, yeah, whatever. Which is like I don't have any issue with this in a movie because I think it's kind of I'm cool with that. But apparently, there's sword wielding macabre Jawa type people, and there's a lap dancer who shoots fireworks out of her vagina. A massive devil in the sky, and then women are objectified or brutalized and mostly called bitch while being slapped on the ass by Travis Scott. So there is that review. That is I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
He had I think it was like a book or something where the plot was Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer start a civil war, and it's like a race war.
That's a weird. Yeah, though they were. I mean, I remember when they were both super popular. That was during our like really early childhood.
Yeah, did you ever hear about how?
I know they stole. Didn't he steal the song from MC Hammer? Or is that just the Queen?
Suge Knight held Vanilla Ice off the balcony and made him give the rights to certain like songwriting credits or some shit.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that. I mean, but also, by the way, Travis Scott.
There's also that footage of Suge Knight running over somebody.
Yeah, well, I think he is a legit criminal. Travis Scott, who also should be considered a legit criminal for having
I mean, he led to
the concert that had
4 people, and
and
there was like several.
Obvious,
there were several.
It was a ritual, man. It was 100%
like, articles coming out saying like before that they overbooked. And that
not even that, man.
This might have been a problem, and then it was even worse than they even predicted.
No, apparently, like he even post or pre the whole Astroworld show, he likes to like hype up this violence in his crowd.
Yeah, like incite riots.
Yeah, he likes to incite violence in the crowd, and on top of it, like there's some weird like symbolism that comes around this Astroworld.
Yeah, well,
like this was all it feels planned.
Was connected to Satanism. There were several like clips playing in the background that referenced a lot of satanic shit, and then the fact that people died in it, they said that the entire experience was just like a sacrifice.
Yeah, no, I think it definitely was. I mean, here you go. This is a good site to talk about this stuff, but always a good read through everything. I always kind of check up on Vigilant Citizen every so often. But yeah, it ended up killing 8 people. We're talking, that's like not one. You would think it'd be like one person.
Well, and the fucked up thing is there's clips of him seeing like people passed out and seeing the ambulances driving out and not acknowledging it at all.
Yeah.
Almost like he wanted to make sure it kept going instead of shutting it down.
Yeah, and there's even like, again, like there's like eerie promotion. There's stuff like, if you look at the promotional stuff, like,
yeah, a lot of it made it seem like you were getting like a free ticket or some shit, but then
like it kind of feels like it was planned almost a little bit, or it was like, you know, kind of a ritual where it's like chaos magic, where it's like trying to have this happen because these are essentially like sacrifices. And I mean, like that's what they wanted. I mean, even like here, like a hole opening in the eye, open your eyes to a whole new universe, sucked into a new universe. Like it all, and then even, I mean, all the fucking, you know, eye symbolism too is obvious.
Well, also check out Little Uzi Vert, Eternal Take.
Yeah. Yeah, and even this
that shit's actually really good. There's a lot of good beats on that shit.
Yeah, and even this, it all took place kind of like pretty close to like, you know, certain satanic holidays and even like Samhain and all that stuff, festivals that certain things like that. And like just look at also like just the set of this seems very like, you know, hellscape-ish, you know, even if it was all like, you know, hey, this didn't work out, like it kind of feels pretty weird. There's a holy mountain type thing going on, a portal.
Yeah, definitely.
This was
it was like a seance or some kind of
this was on the screen.
Aleister Crowley fucking
like for most of the concert,
session.
this was on the screen. It said "See you on the other side." Like it's just like really like kind of like I think this was like I think the plan was like I mean I don't know if they knew it was going to happen or not, but I think the plan was to get some sort of ritual deaths. That's what it kind of feels like. Could be like I don't know like a power ceremony or ritual for this kind of stuff. I don't know.
But Eternal Take samples this pinball game that used to come with your computer. Do you remember that shit? It was like space. It was like
yeah,
space.
I remember the pinball. It was like yeah, I remember the pinball. It was like that one game that was on Windows. Yep. Yeah, it's so weird, man, with the portal symbolism and kind of the passing over. It's very strange. Really strange. And yeah, and especially the fact that he didn't really seem to give a shit after everything happens. Not a good dude. Not a good dude. Yeah, all right. So yeah, back to this. Yeah, but even Travis Scott didn't want to sign off on this Harmony Korine movie. He like tried to stop it. He actually kind of tried to like have it not happen. That's all I've heard. Oh yeah, I know Little Uzi Vert, man, is isn't that just Lucifer, right? Lucifer. Like, isn't that just another way of saying Lucifer?
Yeah, he does a lot of satanic work.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty obvious what he's trying to do. It's basically like a texting version of saying Lucifer if you're like,
but
I don't know.
It's weird in rap music. There's a lot of examples of like bodyguards and close friends from childhood who die in weird incidents, and a lot of people say that those are sacrifices that those people make in their careers to then go on further.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so I think you know what, he hasn't really hit that though.
Like, you need to have like Kanye West is one where like, listen,
yeah,
Kanye, your mother needs to die.
Oh no, yeah.
Take you to another level.
No, yeah, actually, there's a podcaster I listen to that has a whole book on that, and it's called. I gotta find that, but yeah, of course.
He has a lot of guilt because she died.
Yeah, he's even said it.
He paid for.
Here you go. This is a book that's essentially every single thing you're talking about, and the Kanye story is definitely included. It's called Sacrifice: Magic Behind the Mic. It's Take a Journey on the Dark Side of Hip Hop, where the independent research Eyes Wet lays out the global Illuminati scheme, where you see these kind of ritual sacrifices towards like celebrity and fame.
I mean, a lot of them are like unknowns, but if you want to talk a big one, Notorious B.I.G. for Puff Daddy, because
I mean that one's a big one, but you could go through a lot of them.
For that Sting fucking thing where
how about Aaliyah?
Every breath you take, and that shit made tons of fucking money.
I think like Aaliyah, for obviously
Missy Elliott,
R. Kelly, Aaliyah for R. Kelly. That was his ritual sacrifice. You know, like that was his sacrifice to give out so he could kind of become famous.
Yeah, I sent you that Lil Uzi Vert song. I don't know if we can play it, but
oh yeah, no, I don't think we can play it, but I'm gonna check that out. I've seen a lot of stuff, and also
I think
there's a lot of copycats. I think Trippie Redd kind of does it too.
He references that cult where all the people had like really nice sneakers on.
Yeah,
and they thought that an asteroid was going to lead to the apocalypse. It was like this guy with I don't even want to get into it, but Eternal Take felt like a big I don't know how you would call it. Like he didn't have like Travis Scott get a bunch of people murdered at a concert. It's more subliminal.
Yeah, no, and also I think I know what you mean. But also there's like this weird this goes back to like I think even like really old musicians, like 70s rock, 60s rock. Because I heard it through because I was looking at Taylor Swift shit, and she said I guess her last album she wrote during the pandemic, she said it just like came out of me. You know, and all, if you could look at like so many of these pop musicians that say like but like so many pop musicians will be like it just like channeled out of me. And a big one is Beyonce. She calls her alter ego Saucer Fierce.
Yeah,
a reference to the Scarlet Woman, which is again, if you look into the cult, that's a whole other thing. Katy Perry question like kind of the same thing. They
Katy
channel
Perry
these
grew up
these,
in like a very religious background, doing well, actually a lot of them, like Beyonce also, a lot of them grew up singing like gospel music. So
yeah.
I don't know if
But
that's
then they all
just
kind of like
adjacent
changed. They
because
even
of the
said
way you grow up.
even Katy
learning
Perry.
to
Katy Perry
sing,
said she sold her
or
show to the
it's
devil.
because it's connected to weird religious shit, you know? Because
Yeah, Katy Perry has flat out said she sold her soul to the devil, and not like a joking way, really. Like it's funny, like the way she says it is like a matter of fact. Even like Robert Plant, obviously the Crossroads and shit. Like he went to that Robert Johnson Crossroads, like I think it's in Mississippi, and he collected like a bunch of the dirt from the road and has it still in a jar.
well,
That's like
what
part of
I've
his
heard of Led
ritual.
Zeppelin is they did some kind of like spell altogether for success, and the one out of the four didn't participate, and the
Yeah,
other
John
three,
Bonham, he's dead.
yeah, and the other three had horrible shit happen to them.
Yeah,
From
well,
that point on,
Jimmy
and then also
Page
Jimmy Page bought
bought the Aleister Crowley house.
Yeah, and
And on top of it, Jimmy Page was like a big occultist. All like how there's the symbols on the Led Zeppelin,
yeah, he used
like
to put like those
Zozo,
symbols on
yeah, priest
his
member.
outfits and shit when he'd go and play live.
They all did. They all had a symbol that was associated.
But
to
he
them.
was the one who gave the symbols out to
Yes,
everybody.
he was the occultist of the group, and I think Robert Plant sort of was around for it too. But yeah, I mean it's weird. I mean, there's legitimate. I mean, also the fact that they all like
weird accident.
yeah, and I mean they all like a lot of these musicians, and including the Beatles, which is a questionable thing. They all seem to really like Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley on the Sgt. Pepper's album. One of the prominent people that kind of gave him probably the most acclaim in his whole life would be that Sgt. Pepper's album. Because everyone's like, who the fuck are all these people? Who's this guy? And that was probably a big standout for him. He's the bald guy. He's the bald guy with the weird big eyes on the Sgt.
Yeah, I bet
Pepper's album.
Anton LaVey is jealous.
Yeah, well, you should. Speaking of Taylor Swift, this is another theory here, which is kind of weird. Have you ever seen Anton LaVey's daughter? Have you seen what Anton LaVey's daughter
I've seen
looks
Kurt
like?
Cobain's, and she's pretty hot.
So here's Anton LaVey's daughter, and tell me who you think she looks like. Just straight up here. Who do you think she kind of looks like?
Maggie Gyllenhaal?
I think someone a little bit more who we were talking about here earlier. I think she looks a lot like a certain pop star that's dating a certain Kansas City Chief. She looks like fucking Taylor Swift. Come on. Big time.
I saw the Wikipedia Maggie Gyllenhaal post before the rest generated.
Oh, okay. I mean, here we go. Here's them
Well,
side by
she got the
side.
side by side.
Here's Zena LaVey next to Taylor Swift. Is she maybe a clone? Is she a clone of Anton LaVey?
Yeah, they have the same nose.
They're pretty similar looking. I can see it. But again,
what's funny is
I do think Taylor Swift is a generic looking white girl though too.
Potential audience, because I bet Zena LaVey was at least selling metal records or something for them.
God, I hope so, right?
Well, if I'm in Judas Priest, I'm bringing up Zena LaVey.
Yeah, probably right. Yeah, you would. Oh yeah. So here's more from this little review of him seeing Aggro Dr1ft. I guess that's what it's called.
I like that it's one of the stupidest and not worst difference between being bad and just a horrible, awful idea that should never happen.
Yeah. So half the auditorium walked out of the screening. I mean, obviously there's like tons of screenings, so you could always like go out to the lobby and like have a drink and be
You know
like,
what's
yeah, that's
weird?
fucking shit.
What from
So
the
I
clip,
think everyone did that.
from the image, it looks like a superhero movie.
I don't know what, honestly, like I don't get what they're trying to do with like their marketing of like the thumbnails and the title, like text. Like the title text doesn't make any sense. Like I don't get what they're. I guess it's kind of video game-ish. I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, it's weird. Like, why shoot it like this? Is what someone's saying. Like, there's no real point to make a film this way. Did he just get super high and come up with the Aggro Drift? Yeah, it's a weird thing.
I feel like he's been alive and done enough drugs to where one instance is not gonna impact an idea.
Yeah, this guy said he talked to a woman sitting next to him and said, who caught the next screening. It was like that was trash. This guy blurred out, said beyond trash. Sheer Ponder. Yep, I don't quite understand how Harmony Korine could stoop so low to make something as repulsive as this. You know, and it's true. There's a love for Spring Breakers. I don't know, man. In the beach bum isn't. Forgot about that one. Yeah, no. But they kind of still feel like films. That's the thing. Is like I've seen his movies, and you know, again, even their indie art.
They don't feel like films. They feel like
they still feel like films, man.
Poorly.
I disagree. Whatever we just watched doesn't feel like a film. It feels like you put a filter on, like in your like video editor that's like 13 years old, and just like I don't even know what you're trying to do. Like, you know, trying to make like high art from like a really shitty early 2000s effect is just really strange. And
you know what? Werner Herzog loved him.
Yeah, no, because I think he I think that was something that I will say that is cool about those Harmony Korine movies like Trash Humpers and some other ones, just that they kind of have a documentary feel to them. And I do really like that. Like, I really like when you make like a drama that sort of feels like you just fucking were a fly on the wall and filmed it. Like and I know Werner Herzog loves that because he's a big documentary fan. So I do like that feeling of like you're feeling like it's almost like early Curb. Remember how early Curb kind of felt like a weird like documentary shot on like a DV camera from like the early 2000s? Like I really like that. Like that look of the first two seasons of Curb. Like I love it.
I just feel like he's been living off Gummo.
Yeah, and I think even what's the other one?
And he didn't even direct Kids.
Yeah, no, he didn't direct Kids. He wrote
weird script he had that got adapted.
But
Gummo is
people like Spring Breakers, and I get it.
And gross, but also really weird and interesting at the same time.
Yeah, and I think the same thing. Like Spring Breakers is interesting for what it is. I think I get it. Like I think he's made decent movies. He's clearly like he had like an interesting voice. I think this is not that. I don't know. Yeah, this guy says
it really just feels like a piss take on, you know, okay, you can give me some money, I'll give you some bullshit.
Yeah. It's just an infrared filter on this guy says it exactly like what it felt like in the trailer. He's like, it's an infrared filter on some dumb people doing stupid things. It's a gimmick that some folks have been playing around with since cheap camcorders. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like this like thing with this effect is like what I remember on your like invert filter from like 1999. Like I remember having this on camcorders where you click the invert effect and it looked like this. You know, like it's the same thing. It's like making a whole movie out of it is just kind of terrible. I couldn't watch it just because of I just couldn't, you know, like I want to watch something that's more visually interesting anyway, but seeing like I don't know, that's not interesting when you cut everything down to infrared colors. I don't know. I mean, I'd be more interested in seeing that movie, what he just made there, in like full color. Like if you made this weirdo movie with just Travis Scott and people doing stupid shit, like I'd rather just see it in full color. You know what I mean? Like sounds actually kind of like interesting, you know, like speedboats and violent shit and like strippers and people shooting things out of their vagina. Like I'm all for that. Just show it in full color because I'd rather just see that. I'd actually probably watch that movie, but probably not this one. That other one sounds kind of good, but
I'll be back. I gotta get some water.
bullshit on that.
Bullshit artist. 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 You, sir, are a horseshit artist. I call bullshit on that. Bullshit artist.
What is it? What's wrong, sister?
Oh, don't you give me that look!
Man, that bitch got herself a nice little dumper.
Have you ever known true love with a woman or a girl that was very romantic?
No, not true love, no.
You don't know how to have that. You don't know how to make that happen, do you?
What? Wait,
Finding a way to promote romance to a young woman and plant your weasel and let it squirt. I'm going to show you the right way. Can you ham bone?
what's that?
Damn, sounds cool. God, I haven't had her in head bone in quite a while. Gotta get that ham bone here. All right, yeah, new thing here. Roadhouse. Can't seem to come up with anything new these days with Hollywood there. I was talking about it at work. All these fucking shitty sequels that you forgot that they made, and like I didn't know there was another Point Break that was a remake. It's just like it's countless. This will be the next, like, in 5 years, like, oh, there's another Roadhouse movie. This is exactly what this is. It's although I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I've actually only heard people say this trailer is good, so I haven't watched it. I kind of wanted to wait to watch it, but wow, they're trying to really promote the Book of Mormon to me. I've never seen it. I know about it, but I've never seen it. I've only heard good things. I am in New Jersey, so I'm not far away from gay old Broadway, but yeah, I don't think I'd really want to go see a play. Probably for the rest of my life, I'm good on a play. Yeah. Next 60 years, I think if there was no plays that ever hit me, I'd probably be all right. It'd be cool to see this as a movie, like, especially with, like, well, I guess now you can't. Like, I mean, like a 20, 30-year-old Trey Parker back then probably would have been very funny in this movie. Kind of like Orgasmo-ish. Would have been nice to see that. But I've only heard good things, so hey. People like plays. I've heard people who like plays like this. I'm not a play guy. I like that place. Roadhouse remake. The director has lashed out at Amazon Prime. After the trailer, there's been some things with this. This is going to be a Jake Gyllenhaal, which Lovitz and I walked past Jake Gyllenhaal in New York City, and he's like 4'11". I'm telling you, he's like a dwarf. He's like a dwarf-sized person. Every time I think about passing by him, he gets smaller in my head too. It's like, at first I was like, oh yeah, he's like 5'6", and then now it's like it's become like. My head, he's like 4'6". I keep thinking of him as smaller and smaller because I remember like walking. I'm not a big guy. I'm like 5'8" or 9" or something like that, and like walking past him, I saw over him clearly, and we're talking like a flat road. I saw over him like clearly, like he is.
This Roadhouse reboot is so fucking disappointing. I really had not hopes, but. There's certain franchises I feel could come back and be like weird.
I haven't seen the trailer. I want to watch it, so we're gonna watch it. But
it looks so tamed and oh god, man.
We're gonna watch it. I haven't seen any of it.
Stuff that
I want to do a little reaction on it.
And fuck it all up.
I mean, I know the biggest thing is this whole issue with the director, which is kind of fucked up. Actually, I was reading this. I was like, oh, this sucks, man. Like, I mean, there's an issue that goes on with the director, and I was like, I don't blame him. Like, this is shitty. Like, it's the shitty part of the streaming days that we live in. It's terrible. But yeah, there's been a whole lashing out from the filmmaker, the director, Doug Lyman or Lehman. I don't know how to say his name. I mean, even so, here's this article, it was on Deadline, and look at the author of the post. The author of the post is Doug Lyman. So Doug Lyman wrote this post, kind of like going through his complaints with this whole issue. Doug Lyman says he's boycotting the South by Southwest premiere of his Jake Gyllenhaal movie Roadhouse to protest the Amazon MGM bypassing theaters for a streaming release. So basically,
it's not good enough for the theater.
No, I think it was, and I think Amazon is actually like really into it, which is funny. I think it was they want to push their streaming service. I don't think they want to do the theater. And
Jake Gyllenhaal is not like a lead.
No, I think he is. No, I disagree. I think he is. I mean, he's more than a lead than a lot of people.
What's he been the lead of?
Southpaw.
Enemy. That movie's good, but
I like Enemy a lot.
Shit, I know it's
good
really
example.
good.
Donnie Darko.
It's not profitable.
Brokeback Mountain, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was great with him as the lead. I have no issue with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Another movie that's like really good, but
The Covenant
with money.
The Covenant with Guy Ritchie. He was the lead of that. That was from last year.
I just don't think
he's a lead. He's a lead. I mean, that could be Amazon's decision, saying like, yeah, he's bringing enough money in.
I think he picks really good projects that turn out good, but
sometimes
they don't make a lot of money. And if you're gonna be a leading man, that's a hard combination, you know. Like,
well, I don't think there is any leading man anymore.
Fucking what's that Barbie motherfucker who played Ken?
Yeah, I think he's a leading man. It's funny. I think he actually is one of the few in Hollywood today where like, yeah, he's a leading guy. I get it. I get it up with him. And he's
leading.
He's some shitty action movie that's coming out.
Not making tons of money though.
I was gonna say, I think the whole Barbie working out thing, like, I mean, he's in some new action movie. He looks like really big. I think the whole Barbie working out thing actually like only helped his career, and now he's getting like nominated for it. It's funny. Like, I think he probably didn't expect to get like pushed from that shitty movie. But yeah, this whole issue is interesting. Roadhouse opened in South by Southwest Film Festival, and Doug Lyman says, I won't be attending. The movie's fantastic, maybe my best. I'm sure it'll bring the house down and possibly have audience dancing in their seats during the credits. I don't really get that. But I will not be there.
No, this sounds like a bit of a ploy to try and market this shitty ass fucking project.
It could be. I don't know though. Maybe not. I don't know.
You know,
it sounds like he was promised things didn't happen.
Where there was this big like Spitgate where Harry Styles during the premiere some bullshit spit on Chris Pine, and it overshadowed and promoted what was a fucfucking stupid ass shit movie that I wish I didn't fucking sit
I didn't want to see that. I mean, I like the concept. It's like I like the concept of the whole movie, but yeah. Kind of Twilight Zone-y concept, which I'm cool with. Stepford Wives.
Yeah, it was Twilight Zone-y. But Twilight Zone
Wives.
episodes are like 10 minutes, not fucking 3 hours.
No, they're hour. But again, maybe an hour would be good for that kind of thing. I think that's an issue with a lot of movies where you see some movies where like, yeah, that would have been a really good hour episode of something, but also, not 2 hours.
Florence Pugh at that time, it was like anything that she did, people were obsessed over. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and then she was like hot at the time. I think that's kind of died off. And even like
what did she had done originally?
Little Women. That was it.
No, there had to be something else.
Little Women was everyone's darling movie. That's one of my darling movies.
Well, Hereditary. No, not Hereditary. Midsommar.
Yes, Midsommar. Yeah. That was a big thing for her.
But
and
there was something before
she's
that.
very good in it. Yeah, she's good in it. Really before, honestly, that must be her big calling card, to tell you the truth.
No, there was something before Midsommar for her to be in Midsommar.
Not really. I mean,
yeah, hold on.
I'm sure there was, but not really. I think probably Little Women, but again, probably not because that's around the same year. I think that's like similar year. I don't know. Maybe she was in like things as a British actress. I'm not really sure. I don't think she was in a whole lot. I'm trying to think of things before like that Midsummer era, and I can't really come up with things. I'm sure there were things, but nothing. I mean, that stands out. To tell you, nothing really that stands out. Yeah, not really.
Shit, you're right.
I think
it
that
was
was
Midsummer.
I'm telling you, man. I think that's her
Little
calling.
Women.
I think both those movies are kind of her big calling card because they were both
those
very
happened
good
in
performances.
2019.
Yeah, and I just
Then
said
she
both very
did
good
Black
performances.
Widow with Scarlett Johansson,
Yeah, that was kind of like a joke thing.
and then Don't Worry, Darling, and
Maybe you know what? Maybe it was TV.
Oppenheimer.
Maybe it was TV. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's the Little Drummer Girl. I'm actually almost certain it's the Little Drummer Girl was her big, like, push. That's kind of what got her popular. I'm actually almost positive of that. Like, I am positive of that. That was her big push thing. It's a BBC like miniseries thing. That was it. That's because now I like remember hearing about.
You see the Tin
that was
Drum?
like. No, never seen that.
The movie's fucked up.
Got she's gonna be in Dune Part 2.
It's like El Topo, but if everyone were midgets in the Holocaust. It's
Nice.
it's
That
like
sounds
a
awesome.
sick, fucked up movie.
All right, well, back to Doug Liman. My plan was to silently protest Amazon's decision to stream a movie, so he clearly made it for the big screen.
It's a classic tangent right there.
Yeah, he's saying he clearly made this for the big screen, but Amazon is hurting, and this is the truth. I will talk about this a little later. These streaming services are fucking hurting, so this could be a movie that is worth the theaters that Amazon was like, yeah, it's good. But
speaking of reboots, I would love to see a Clockwork Orange rebooted.
I don't know, man. I think it's good as is. I don't think I'd want to see any Stanley Kubrick rebooted.
That doesn't matter.
I guess
I want to see like some sick, fucked up.
I mean, the only thing I could say is it is a book.
Version.
It is a book, and I think you could do. You know, I would say maybe a series. That was actually what I was going to talk about. Like, you know, there's some things where they feel like they should only be an hour, and then some things that feel like they should be longer. Like that Napoleon movie felt like, yeah, I'd rather see this as a series. Like, I'd rather see,
like John Adams.
Like John. Like, I'd rather see the Napoleon thing that they did as like a 10-episode series where it's like 10 hours.
We should.
I'd rather have that.
The tarred and feathered clip from John Adams and mix it in like the Indiana Jones face melting scene.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, dude, that show was like honestly one of my favorite.
Great.
Yeah, that's definitely probably.
And I don't even like the guy who
favorite.
Did it.
No, I do like
other boiling girl, Danish girl guy.
No,
I don't like that motherfucker.
He did that.
I do like the King's Speech though.
Yeah,
that shit is.
Yeah, good. I think he's good. I think he's good when he's. I mean, obviously, Cats is stupid and terrible, but yeah, I think he's good. I think he's a good director.
He's got some Nolan vibes.
No, he has more of like kind of like, I don't know.
No, he's got
like a typical filmmaker. Like he's more like, he's not stylized. He's more like a Sidney Lumet. Like, I don't know. He's like a typical filmmaker. I kind of like it. I like that.
No, he is stylized. All his shit is like really gray and diluted and
I guess
overly
so.
serious.
I guess not Cats. Cats wasn't. I saw. What is it?
Are you talking about Cats with a CATS, or are you talking about Cats KATZ?
No, not the Jewish one. The regular Cats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one with the cats dancing around. That was him. Same director as John. Same director as John Adams did Cats.
That's one of those releases where it was so bad we just could not even get through it. Like we tried. No. We watched that shit. I think maybe
an hour.
I don't know. The point where that fat gay British guy was like dancing around the garbage cans, the dumpsters. It was like, all right, this is just too much.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, so this guy's plan has been decided.
Not that I'm against fat gay men dancing around garbage cans. I've seen enough in Philly.
Yeah, city of brotherly love. So come on.
Oh yeah, freedom.
Yeah. But this guy's
Philadelphia
plan was
Freedom.
to silently protest Amazon's decision to stream a movie that was clearly made for the big screen, as he says. You know what? I have not seen the trailer, but I'm gonna watch the trailer and see if it really feels like it's clearly made at the big screen. I don't know. If I don't speak up about Amazon, who will? So Amazon bought MGM, which, by the way, is kind of how they got that Lord of the Rings rights, because MGM had some rights to. They had some weird rights to The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. That's sort of how this all happened. That was a big part of it. But they said they wanted to put $1 billion into theatrical motion pictures, releasing at least 12 a year, which, by the way, we know now has been
12 a year.
Yeah, they even came down and said,
month.
"Oh yeah, no, they're not doing that."
Ugh,
they even said they only want to release next.
Does anyone know
they only want to release
the quantity? Just fucking
Yeah,
sit
no,
out
even
a couple months and think about it.
Well, even Hollywood has said we want to put out. They even said for 2024 we're going to put out only a third of what we put out for 2023. And to tell you the truth, they didn't really put out a lot for 2023 in theaters. So it really lets you know they're really trying to they're veering away from theaters, man. They're totally veering away from theaters.
I don't know,
which is sad because
sometimes you oversaturate the market and then it gets bitter and almost revengeful.
Yeah, and there's something
why not just chill out a little bit, space it out, not try and throw shit at the wall every other fucking month.
Yeah, and I mean this has happened before in history where TV started to take over. It happened around the 60s or 50s where the golden age of TV and all the westerns and Gunsmoke and all that shit kind of took over, where theaters had to resort to being desperate. They introduced weird things like smell-o-vision in a couple cities. They've tried to do some weird tactics with that, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're just veering away completely from.
I went
theaters.
to the Animal Kingdom in Disney, and there's this Tree of Life ride, and they had smell-o-vision type of thing where
really?
Certain things in the movie would spray up on you, or there would be a stink bug, and then they release this awful smelling shit everywhere.
Yeah, but wouldn't you smell it 2 minutes later? So then it's is it really
I don't know. It's
timed?
fucking 15. I could barely remember what the fuck's going on a week ago.
Yeah. Well, this guy says he signed up to make a theatrical motion picture for MGM, which is kind of sad because he was trying to sell this movie to MGM, and then Amazon bought MGM, and then Amazon even said he made a great film, so we'll kind of do it. They even told him it's a smash hit. Amazon's words, not mine. Roadhouse tested higher than my biggest box office hit, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which, Jesus Christ, that's...
Oh, they remade that, by the way.
Again?
Do you see that?
Another
Daniel
one?
Glover.
Wow.
And some other bitch.
I never seen any of these, and I don't really
Oh my God. So Mr. I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the reason it was successful is because Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt
were a couple.
Were fucking, and Jennifer Aniston was getting fucked over. So this new version is Daniel Glover and some fat, bland Asian woman.
Oof,
and that's
it.
That's
terrible.
That's the new version that you're getting.
That sounds bad. This Roadhouse movie.
From peak Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie to some gay black guy and some fat Asian
allegedly gay.
That you've never heard of.
Allegedly gay. Roadhouse, strong tie into UFC. Apparently this is there's a UFC thing in this, and that's another thing. They have Conor McGregor in this. This is by all accounts, this is something that could go to theaters and do pretty decently.
Whenever I think of Roadhouse,
I kind of agree with this guy.
Those
you can put this
side by side scrollers where you just fight people before you get to the next level.
Kind of double Double Dragon.
Streets of Fire, or
Double Dragon.
Ninja Turtles.
Double Dragon, man. Come on.
And by the way, if you want to see a full playthrough of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
do we have that on our channel?
We've got that.
Really? I remember That's one of the few games I
Remember
beat.
you had
was
that
Doug,
like
man. Yeah, I
console?
know we did. I remember doing it. It's one of the few games I've beat like pretty easily, and it's. I guess I didn't realize it was up on our channel, but
Yeah, but
check
you're
out
on
our
like easy mode.
our Ninja
Put that
Turtles.
shit to hard, and it's a whole different experience.
I don't think we could. I don't think there was an option to control it. I think you're
Oh,
wrong
for
on
an
that.
emulator? No.
No, we weren't using an emulator. We're using that little SNES box that I hacked, and I think I put an emulator on. I don't know. It could have been half emulator, half a box. I don't know. Who knows?
It's still like an emulator.
Here's the trailer, man. I've not seen this. I want to check it out. I'm excited to kind of see this trailer. It'll probably get taken down from YouTube because of Amazon, but we'll see. Here's the short king himself.
We saw him, by the way, in New York
Yeah, he's like 4 foot.
with some like really skinny blonde model looking bitch.
Is it like too far? I thought like 25 minutes, I'd say. I just slapped you. Are you alright? What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele.
Oh, it's even worse than I expected.
Judging by your
I own a
comment,
Roadhouse. Like, I expect them to be like the movie Roadhouse.
need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it. Tell me about this bouncer.
Guy's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the roadhouse away from me. He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas.
Oh God.
Looks like you're having a smashing.
Yeah.
No. No.
Fucking leprechaun.
Don't let no one get this
Oh
close.
man.
Let me guess.
But I get it, man. This could sell.
Get out of
I could
town.
see this in theaters.
I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Not for me though. I'll say that.
On the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Is that one a friend of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
Shit. So the only thing they really kept was the fucking font from the original movie. And you know, realizing how that Conor McGregor is shorter than Gyllenhaal, who we walked by him. Gyllenhaal's like 5 foot, maybe 5'2". So Conor McGregor is what, like 3 feet tall? Like I was really realizing that. I was like, this motherfucker is small. I mean, the original one, man, had some class act shit, man. You got Terry Funk. You got Terry Funk in the original one, man. No doubt better. Here you go, some Roadhouse. Real Roadhouse. Terry Funk.
Hey, vodka rocks. What do you say you and me get nipple to nipple?
I can do that in
That's
about
retarded.
That's why I know Terry Funk like did all the coordination of stunts with Swayze.
Is that the same guy as Jake the Snake?
No, it's Terry Funk. Chainsaw Charlie.
Oh shit! With Dude Love and Mankind.
Yeah, that same guy. Yeah. Very good pick to have him in it too. Natural feel.
I really just feel like a live action version of a side scroller fighting game.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I remember in woodshop, there's a woodshop class that I had a really like deadbeat professor that showed us all these 80s action movies because he didn't really all right, what happened was a girl got hurt in our woodshop class using a machine, and so they're like, we're shutting this down, no machines. So the rest of the whole semester we just watched movies. So we watched Roadhouse, we watched Red Dawn, we watched like all the movies he wanted to see, which was funny. Like we just watched whatever, like an old like 50-year-old guy, and
Red Dawn's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna say, like every single thing he showed was like awesome.
In it.
Yeah, no, like it was like not a problem. Like all the movies he would show would be really good. They would all be really good, like late 80s, 90s action. We saw Point Break. It was like, like all the good action movies you could think of. He was like kind of coming into. It was fun. Like
it's funny people.
I love that Red Dawn. Red Dawn's so fucking good. That was the first time I saw Red Dawn
in Hollywood, but Leah Thompson was fucking her son.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In that movie.
Martin McFly. It's more Terry Funk here.
Shit.
The Amarillo Street Fighter here.
How'd you like to tell us what the fuck's going on? You gonna help us out or not?
I'll let you know.
I heard you had balls big enough to come in a dump truck, but you don't look like much to me.
Reminds me of Braveheart.
Yeah. It's funny. He's not a good
What's his story?
Not a great actor there, but
fuck with him and he'll seal your fate.
Yeah.
Kind of feels real a little bit too, though.
He hadn't shown me shit. What the fuck you talking about? You asshole! What am I supposed to do?
There's always barber college.
You're a dead man.
It's fucking crazy. Like some guy gets his throat ripped out in this movie.
Yeah, no, yeah, straight up ripped out. Yeah, Terry Funk is a badass though.
Put him back. This bar is closed.
Here's another clip. Here's some more. Here's some Terry Funk getting on stage in a match.
We got to mix in some ECW clips.
I'm gonna go back to WCW. This is here you go.
No, ECW.
Crazy hardcore icon has been in exploding death matches. He's been ravaged by barbed wire. He's not afraid to play with fire. And in 2000 on WCW television, during a hardcore match where everything went wrong, he caught a stray mule kick, literally.
Oh! Gee, I've heard of a mule kick before! I've never seen a horse kick!
Of course, for this cowboy, it wouldn't be his first weird encounter in the stables.
Now you tell me what you think about that, Eddie. Your voice has changed, but your breath is still the same.
If you want to know more, check.
Oh man, there's a funny fact about when he quit WWF as Chainsaw Charlie. He told Vince McMahon, he's like, "Yeah, my horse is sick. I don't feel like coming in." That's how he quit. He said like, "Yeah, my horse is sick. I don't want to come in." That's basically it. That's how he just stopped going. He stopped going to work, just saying his horse is sick. That's the way to do it. Good old Texan way to do it. What else I got here? I got some things. I got one more thing here. Well, a couple things here. Hollywood losing billions on streaming. We were talking about this before. Netflix has officially won the war. It's the war is over. I think didn't John Lennon and that Screeching Asian say that before? Thought so, right? The war is over. Netflix has kind of become the major reigning streaming service, and I kind of think it makes sense just because no one really wants to pay for these things. It's expensive, man. Like how many of these things do they think people can actually pay for? And even like HBO Max, Paramount, Disney, they've all started licensing their content to Netflix. So that's not good. And even
the point is you put it all in some bullshit package and then mark it up.
And even like I was watching that Percy Jackson show for Disney, and I was realizing like there is like 100% like obvious commercial break moments, whereas like, oh shit, they're ready to sell this to like TNT, like any kind of network TV. Like there's obvious moments where you can like cut the commercial, and it's like this is the scene end, and even like it's really obvious. It's like literally like a guy will show up and be like, pause for a second, and then it's like, yeah, this is where the commercial break is when you sell this. So I think Disney even knew, yeah, we're gonna make this show, but we're gonna kind of put in some commercial breaks.
Sort of like King Evan Wayne's in Don't Be a Menace while drinking your juice in the hood, where he says message.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, just so obvious that like this was meant for like licensing. Which is, I mean, it's a smart move. Not a bad move, because I don't think Disney's really, it's like, how many of these services can you pay for? I mean, really, like the American public, we're not in a great economic time.
Well, what they want you to do is sign up for enough of them and forget that you have signed up for them.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a notification eventually realizing that you've overpaid, and you'll cancel it, but it's too late.
Yeah, like I was thinking about it. I think it should really be kind of like the major sodas. Like this should be like there should only be two. Like there should be a Coke and a Pepsi, and that's all you really need for this. I think it's gonna whittle down to that. It's gonna whittle down to like Netflix and one other one, and that'll be like all you need. Because right now there's, well, I mean, right now there is. I mean, let's talk about it. Like there is Netflix.
YouTube?
I mean, I would say, there's YouTube. There's YouTube. That's a whole one. That's another one. I mean, Netflix, YouTube. There's Amazon Prime. There's Max. There's Paramount. There's Disney Plus. There is, what's another one? There's Discovery Plus. What else? There's more. There's CBS All Access. What else? There's more. That might be it. That could be it. But right there, that's 8. There's eight big ones. Like maybe whittle it down to 2. Again, Hulu, that's 9. Hulu's number 9. Peacock, number 10. Peacock. There's gotta be one more. There's gotta be more. I mean, that's 10 I could think of. Then there's like secondary ones like Shudder. There's Tubi. There's Tubi is actually not bad because it's free. That's actually kind of one of the better ones. Oh God, what else is there? There's more. Oh, there's Criterion. That's got a whole streaming thing. A little bit on the outside there. So yeah, we're about like 10 or 12. There's like 10 or 12 streaming services that you can choose from. That's a lot. It's gonna eventually be whittled down, and yeah, they're all kind of selling out to Netflix here, and we're even looking at like all the losses. Like 2023 was like a year of losses. Like you can look at this. Here we go. Peacock. The Cock lost $2.7 billion in 2023. This is also they have Yellowstone. They have Ted. That was actually decent. I didn't really actually watch it on Peacock. I'm part of the problem, which we'll talk about later. But they have Yellowstone. They have Ted. They have I think they have WWE. They have all the old WWF pay-per-views. That is in their properties. But also that's just one of it. Then we're going to talk about Disney. Disney Plus has lost about $512 million from 2023, and that was only in the third quarter. So they actually ended up losing more money than this. Really bad. And they have Hulu, they have Disney Plus, they have ESPN Plus. They're not making money, and ESPN Plus is not going to make money in August. Come on, that's kind of obvious. They're gonna make money more in their sports season time, October. But yeah, this is it's a weird time in that whole Joe Biden economy right here. That's what you're dealing with. Sleepy Joe ain't bringing any profit in there. And then here's where it's the problem.
Yeah,
And
but
this is
Taylor is.
But Tay-Tay is, man. Tay-Tay's bringing in that money. I mean, honestly, I was shocked to see how much money she actually brings in. Like, I didn't until I actually was researching it. And I was like, oh shit, she actually yeah, I get it, man. She brings in a lot of money. I mean, she brings in money to it really is like bringing in a Super Bowl to your town, your town or city or whatever, for a day. Like you're bringing in millions of dollars for one day. So I kind of get it. Like she is bringing in money. It's a real thing. And even her ticket things, I know Ticketmaster's been caught up in this whole thing where, they're kind of only selling out they're selling 10% of the properties of all the amount of her tickets. The other 90% are going to brokers that are selling it between their businesses. It's like how all these businesses will buy these nice seats at a stadium. Same thing. They're buying Taylor Swift tickets instead. That's actually what they're buying, these businesses. So businesses are actually accounting for about 80 to 90% of her profits, which is crazy. They're actually doing that. But here you go. I'm part of the problem here, and happily part of the problem, because anything I could do to put Hollywood on its knees is good with me. Pirate streaming sites cost Hollywood about $30 billion annually. Now, I can see it because there's so many movies I actually will, potentially get on potentially legal means, certain services that I'll bypass seeing a movie and do it this way. And look at that. That's about $30 billion. And this is one place where I don't really mind hitting Hollywood with that. Fuck them. Fuck these people. That's where it's I kind of get it. Fuck these people. Fuck Lars Ulrich. Fuck Metallica. I want Napster back, right? Don't you want to go back to those Napster times? Those simpler times. Do you run Napster on your computer on your Windows 98? You had to switch over to Zam or LimeWire.
Shit.
What are you doing over there? I heard shit.
I dropped my fucking pen.
I was going to say,
mouthpiece is all covered in shit.
What do you mean? You dropped it in a shit pile?
No, it's lint and carpet dirt.
I still have some what is it? CBD-ish gummies that are probably not even good anymore.
I don't know. Is there a statute of limitations on that?
I don't know. Is CBD even good at all?
Is
it even real?
I don't use expiration date anymore. I just go straight to statute of limitations.
A couple people at work were saying that this Delta shit is actually pretty good, like the legal weed that you could just get from a gas station. Have you tried any of that? I can't even open this shit. I've been trying for
No, the last thing I got from a gas station was some fake incense that was supposed to get you high.
K2.
And I haven't been breathing right since.
It's gonna I'm gonna have to get a saw to open that thing up. Fucking child locks on there.
Remember when Andy went to a Fish concert and got sawdust acid and then started hanging out in everyone's front lawns?
Yeah, I've heard of that. I think he's a pharmacist now, so I think it all worked out for him.
Yeah, it's usually the more fucked up you are, that's the field you invest into.
Yeah, and
because you got personal experiences to talk about and relate to.
Yeah. These pirate sites, by the way, are getting, which I'm one of those viewers and visitors. They get a daily view visits. That's the top 10 on the internet itself. So That's showing you right there how prolific they are. Which is true. I mean, fuck. You drop it again?
No, it shouldn't just say hidden.
Is this the thing from Salem? Why can't my thing open?
Fuck, those carts were brutal. They fucking leaked nonstop. Like I could only use it if I got rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip and clean the fucking canister and the device for using it. Otherwise, after one hit, the shit would just leak out and
I can't open.
Like all these cartridges, man. I just wish I could just put some fucking goddamn weed in a bowl or bong and hit it.
Why don't you?
Like,
just hit some
I
weed.
feel like I'm like smoking third party shit.
I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. So
okay, well, vaporizing is just so empty. It's not like having.
I think I have a pen here.
Piece of bud and breaking up with like orange hairs and smelling all over your fingers. You know, it's like some almost placebo effect.
Oh no! I actually I hit a pen the other not
Like
too long ago. Maybe
being able to get some actual physical shit.
I hit a pen maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was like fucking. I had one hit. I mean, I don't smoke weed anymore, but I had one hit, and I was like fucking in outer space. I was trying to
because your tolerance is different.
Oh yeah, I have no tolerance. I have zero tolerance. It's funny. I mean, that is a thing, man. You get rid of that tolerance, it's all pretty good. I will say that. But it's hard to kind of stop that stuff. I remember that. It's addiction, man. People don't realize how addicting weed is. It's addictive substance there.
Oh,
I think it's more highly addictive than people think. I think it's incredibly highly addictive.
Fixation than really the actual drug.
Yeah, it's a mental fixation too. You know, it's you kind of mentally like it too. That's part of it. It's an addicting substance. It really is, and it should be illegal.
It's a gateway drug.
It should be illegal. It should be criminalized. It should be illegal.
We're talking about now that they
Blue
finally
Lives
realized they
Matter.
made money off it. You want a gun again?
No, I'm just joking. No, I think it obviously should be illegal across the world. There, I think one thing. I don't think it has any legitimate medical uses. I'll say I think that's all bullshit. I think that's all complete bullshit. It's everyone's just getting high. Yeah, it's fucking medical. Yeah, it actually helps with stuff.
My back hurts.
Yeah. My back hurts. I'm gonna smoke. Yeah, no. I don't think it. I think it legitimately has no medical uses at all. I was actually thinking about that. Again, I'm not against weed at all, but I think it has zero medical uses. I think it's completely bullshit. It's that's saying alcohol has medical uses. You know, yeah, I like to get fucked up and drink some shots, and then I don't feel so bad. It's the same thing, right? Isn't it the same thing as saying
I would say
I drink a bunch of shots and I don't feel depressed.
Get a drop of morphine.
I guess isn't it the same thing as saying I drink a bunch of shots and now I don't feel anxious? Isn't that the same thing as saying the weed thing? You know what I mean? It's the same idea.
Well,
I
don't know.
And now I'm so high, I'm not anxious.
Legally self-medicating than getting a script from a doctor. You know, either way, you're still suppressing
I don't think any of those. I don't think weed even
to your original state.
I mean, all I will say is I used to use weed for anxiety, but ever since stopping weed, my anxiety has stopped. I have no anxiety. Outside of weed, I have no anxiety. So I think weed was my anxiety. I was it's funny.
Well, at the time it was
bullshit.
So
no, I had medical. Though. Remember, I had a medical license for marijuana.
Well, I'm just saying, growing up, a lot of my paranoia was because it was illegal.
Oh, I never cared about that.
Massive ramifications. You know, my family didn't want me doing it. All that played into it. Now that
I never cared about that much.
All that's gone away. It's not an influence.
Yeah, I never cared about that much. I mean, I've been caught, by the way, for pirate streaming. I've been caught by my internet provider probably like I actually had a full day.
Plex?
Well, no, it was not from Plex. It was from downloading stuff for Plex. I was downloading something for Plex, and I had like Optimum that like turned off my internet for a full day as like a punishment. And then I just put a VPN on and then started downloading. So now every time I download stuff and I pirate stuff, I use a VPN. So everyone out there, you should a sponsor of our podcast here is NordVPN. Get NordVPN.
Shit,
no,
really?
I'm sorry. No, not NordVPN, but get ExpressVPN. That's the better one. ExpressVPN.
I thought you actually got one for a second because I've seen that enough to where.
Yeah, no, that's what I was joking about. It's like the common podcast sponsor here.
How do you like? You have to apply for that, or they just reach out to you, or how does that work?
I think you just apply for it. There's like monetization things on things that like that podcast stuff. You can kind of reach out. Like you just say like I want to monetize my podcast, and then you'll get like hit up with NordVPN. That's essentially what happens. They after a certain amount of like numbers you have on your podcast, or they'll kind of like hit you up. Yeah, and that's the losses with Hollywood there with Hollywoke, as we would talk about losing billions in streaming. We're talking about billions of dollars. Sad.
Well, we're used to that. We've been covering Disney for the last 3 years.
Yeah, no, I mean Disney's a big part of it, but
I still think
it's not them alone,
they've
man.
been working towards sinking this entire stock for some.
It ain't them alone.
You know what? I mean, as awful as it seems, I wouldn't be surprised if their shit and the next election are going to go hand in hand, and they're just waiting.
Oh yeah, man. It's like I mean, we're dealing with we're dealing with not the smartest people in America, so it's a bullshit kind of country.
Bullshit artist. 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 You, sir, are a horseshit artist. I call bullshit on that. Bullshit artist.
There you go. That said it best, right? That said it best.
Bullshit artist.
I like that one. That's a good definitive one there. Shit, man. All right, yeah. Here I want to talk about this. Last thing we're gonna talk about. Last thing, the funniest movies ever made. It's a very subjective topic here. Very subjective topic.
That's like one of the most generic.
We got the Paul Feig fat. I mean, I know we're big fags for Paul Feig, so.
Well,
Paul Feig
you're still blocked, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, if I go to Paul Feig's, I mean,
what was it that you banned again?
I mean, I want to write to Paul Feig and
just
like,
said,
please
like,
unblock me. I love you, Paul Feig.
Paul, I love your movies.
I love Other Space.
Ghostbusters trailer doesn't look that great.
Dude, I love. That's all I said. All I said was this trailer doesn't look so good, and he blocked me. Like, I didn't even say anything like, "Oh, you're a fag. This is offensive." Like,
negative is negative, even if it's very light and polite. It still just falls under criticism.
Yeah, it's sad, man, because Paul
Feig,
like, I like Paul
Martin
Feig.
Scorsese, I've loved everything you made for the last 20 years, but you keep pumping out these 6-hour-long fucking woke fest I don't want to sit through.
Yeah, and I have no issue with Paul Feig. I like Paul Feig. Like, I like Other Space. I like things he's done.
Feig trying to sound more gay, or is it Feig?
I think it's Paul Feig. Yeah.
With a soft J.
It's Paul Feig. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty positive.
With a silent
pretty
H.
Positive. Here you go. Here's some more evidence of follow us on WizardShack. But here's some more evidence of our blocking of Paul Feig or Feig or Fag. I don't know. I know he's a fag, but oh god, I don't want to say that.
Well,
I just did.
Don't you give me that look.
Man, that bitch got herself a nice little dumper.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
But yeah, the funniest movies
You
ever
still
made.
have that Snoop Dogg video game clip?
I don't think I have that one loaded anymore. That one's gone. Wait.
We end this now, Crow.
Hey, man, what you waiting on? Shoot this fool! Now!
Hey, yo, you know what? Fuck this shit. It's all yours.
Looks like you got a morale issue there, brother.
Fuck! Come on, man. Ain't no need for this. Just join with me. I earned the city fair and square.
You broke the code.
Fuck the code. D-Mob was always talking that old school loyalty bullshit. You from the streets, you know there's only one code out here that matters. Ride or get rolled on. Hey, hold on. Fuck this shit. Came in this fucking room and everything went fucking bad. Fuck this shit, man. Fuck.
God, he's such a joke. He's more of a joke than us. Jesus.
I mean, I like how passionate he is over this shit.
He's passionate, man. That's there.
Can you imagine, somebody
comedy
making
movies.
a video game with you in it and then you get murdered? I mean, I wouldn't be fucking happy. I'd be pissed off too.
You know he heard about this though. Maybe he's an idiot and didn't read the script, but I'm sure he's been given the brief and he probably didn't listen. But all right, yeah, comedy movies, funniest movies ever made. Life of Brian should be higher up than 40. Life of Brian's good. Got a Jesus kind of little parody there. Not a bad movie. I like this movie. Always Think on the Sunny Side. You got that song that's funny. I like this movie. This is a good Monty Python movie. It's a mad world. I've never seen this, but I've only heard good things. That's all I'll say. Have you ever seen this? Probably haven't.
This is like old people shit.
It's old
1963. The fuck?
I've actually heard. I've heard though it's very funny. So it is a thing. Blues Brothers. That movie is like.
The fuck is this list?
An hour. This is I mean, I wouldn't count the ranking. The ranking I don't think is accurate, but just let's talk about some funny movies here. Blues Brothers I like. It's too long. John Landis is a good director.
Yeah, it's like a nice musical almost.
It has a nice look to it. I do like that. Can't deny that.
Carrie Fisher's looking pretty hot in that shit.
Definitely hot in that. Just doing a lot of coke during that.
It's some big.
Dumb and Dumber. Great movie.
This should be higher than 37.
I agree. I was gonna say, like, I don't know what this
lower.
ranking
I
is,
don't even
but
know. Like lower in number, higher in.
to me, this is like a top 10. I kind of think this is like a top 10.
I would have said top 10 or 20, yeah. But I also
Like within
have
that 20.
nostalgia connected to it that I need to.
I mean, I would say like within the 50.
For example, you
higher
just
than
went from a Spencer Tracy movie
Yeah.
to this, so this list is kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't count the ranking, but I would say for me, this is top 10. But I would say like for like someone else that's reviewing films, like within the top 15, I would put this movie around there, top 15, top 20. Clerks. We're from New Jersey, so I've seen this. Yeah, it's not really funny. It's like a decent movie, but I wouldn't say this movie is that funny. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's not like drop dead funny. Very 90s. Very, very 90s. But you know what?
Yeah, it came out in 1994.
But we're connected to the 90s a little bit, so it's like I got it. And I didn't see this until probably like the 2000s era, but like 6 or 7 years later.
1994, you were what, like fucking 8?
Oh no, yeah, exactly. We weren't. No, we were less than that. Fucking yeah. No, you're right. 3 plus 6, 3 plus 4, 7. We're 7 years old.
All right.
No.
I didn't try and do the math. I just blurted out some shit.
You were close. 21 Jump Street. And I would not put 21 Jump Street ahead of fucking Dumb and Dumber or Clerks, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Not a bad movie,
but somebody who's 20 years younger might.
Maybe. I mean, that's where it's like this rankings up.
You got to think about it this way. Like, your Clerks is their Spencer Tracy.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
You know, you're a dinosaur.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
God. Yeah.
Like 21 Jump Street is their, like, what's that fucking Casablanca or some
right.
shit.
That's their Casablanca.
Or Citizen Kane.
Yeah, even this, like, How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
With Jim Carrey? Yeah, Jim Carrey hasn't been in shit in a long time.
Like, above Dumb and Dumber? Okay.
By the way, there's some weird shit with
right.
Jim Carrey's exes committing suicide. There's
Yeah.
more. I think there's more than one.
I mean, I don't mind this movie. I kind of like it. But obviously the cartoon is better. The 40-Year-Old Virgin, I never liked. I always thought this movie was like super overrated. Never liked it.
Well,
like, I would never put this ahead of Clerks or Dumb and Dumber.
This is
no way.
Judd Apatow and Seth Rogen.
This is kind of pre-peak though. It's like slightly pre-peak. You know what I mean?
Well, it came right before Knocked Up.
This was Seth Rogen didn't even have a big part in this movie. He's like a video gamer. He's like in it for 5 minutes.
No, I know, but it got Judd Apatow the ability to, you know, based on how much money he made, to go off and do a bunch of shit.
I mean, American Pie. I'm again, Dumb and Dumber is better than this, but still, I get it on the list.
I always
totally
liked American Pie
totally
because it's like Porky's.
Yeah,
but with even better looking people.
Yeah, no, I get it. Not a bad choice,
and not as like grimy and gross. Well, it was actually pretty gross. I mean,
this looks pretty gross.
Oh, I forgot that Casey Affleck was in that shit. He's
he's in it.
The guy who's trying to fuck Tara Reid's older brother.
Yeah, he's in it. And that's Dave Franco right there. That's the younger brother. Which I'm lying about. Step Brothers. Yeah, I Step Brothers I think also could be higher on this list.
I don't see why this is in the 30s. It should be
in the top 15. In my opinion, I don't know. Again, we're not making the right.
I think maybe this list is going to be much older stuff, and
no, I think it's going to be
doesn't qualify.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I do like Step Brothers a lot. I think this is a movie that really fucking holds up. It surprisingly holds up. It's a good fucking movie. It's very good.
Well, Adam McKay is really fucking good.
Again, man, even this is I'd put higher. I like Caddyshack a lot. Also, Caddyshack has this kind of
hard to say what's higher until you see what's before.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But Caddyshack, man, has like a good feel to the movie, just like being a movie. Like, it's actually a movie. Like, I feel like a lot of our comedies later don't even feel like movies. This actually still kind of feels like a movie. So, yeah, we'll see. Coming to America. I like Caddyshack better than Coming to America, personally.
Well, you're what?
Maybe, yeah, it could be that, but I don't know. Yeah, I like Dumb and Dumber better too. This is not like I'm not a big fan of this movie. It's okay.
This list
I've seen it a lot. I guess so. I mean, I've seen it a lot, and I do like the movie, but I wouldn't put it in.
It's
top.
fucking good, man.
No, it is good, but again, I
think
I'm
gonna
say this. I like Caddyshack.
Different people.
Do you like Caddyshack better than Coming to America? Because I do. Just subjectively. Subjectively, I like Caddyshack better than that. Subjectively, I like Step Brothers better than that movie. Subjectively, I like probably American Pie better than that.
Well, then this is not for you.
I guess so. I mean, even subjectively, I like probably Clerks.
I don't even know what this is.
Probably Dumb and Dumber.
What is this?
Honestly, probably Blues Brothers I like better. Like, I wouldn't put it in my top. Again, we'll have to make our own list, but a lot of these movies that came before, I definitely like better than Coming to America. It's okay. I think it's a very overrated movie. Something About Mary, I think this also should be higher. This will top all the movies I talked about. It's
hard to say that until you see what's ahead of it.
Yeah, I guess so. But again, all the ones we talked about, like everything we talked about, Step Brothers, Clerks, Caddyshack, I like this better. I'll agree with that. But then once we go later, here we go. Ghostbusters. Damn, I don't even feel like this movie's a comedy. I put it in a different realm. You know what I mean? I don't even put this in the realm of comedy. I know it is, but I don't even put it in that realm.
Yeah, to me, it's more like
sci-fi. I don't know.
No,
it's different, man. It's like Blockbuster.
Like what's Jaws?
Yeah, it's like Blockbuster. It's like a Blockbuster movie.
It's just like a Blockbuster.
Like I don't put it into again, but it's probably one of the best. Like it's like up there from the best Blockbusters. But
I know, but it's just like it's like in its own category. It's just separate.
Yeah, Friday I like, but not more than those other movies. I like Friday a lot, but no.
I actually prefer Friday 2 and 3.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, definitely 3.
I know a lot of people
2
like
is kind of like
I find him annoying as fuck.
I like Friday better than 2. I like Friday 1.
Smokey is just obnoxious as shit.
I think for me it
he's
goes
a piece of
3.
shit. He's like an awful person.
For me it goes 3, 1, 2 for the Friday series. I like the third one the best. Then
I like the second because
I don't like the second.
That like really hot Spanish girl. That's
I like that, but that's the only thing I like about that movie.
The gangster family.
Yeah,
and also I like the subplot of how they won the lottery.
But to me, it's like this, like the Chris Tucker performance in this is like iconic, almost like.
You find it iconic. I find it annoying as shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like very obnoxious.
I kind of feel like
I don't need 2 hours of some fucker squealing in my ear.
The kind of thing though is you wouldn't get those other 2 movies without this one. So it's like
that's true.
That's part of it. Like
so
if you didn't have this,
you
wouldn't have 2 or 3. Yeah. Shrek. Yeah, I wouldn't put this that high over these movies, but I get it. I'm seeing Office Space I like a lot. I'd probably put it higher. Big fan of Office Space. I think it's one of those perfect comedy movies, so I get it. I love it a lot. The Hangover, I'm not a huge fan of at all. I actually never really liked this movie. It's kind of one of those movies I actually dislike. I don't really like Bradley Cooper in it. I don't know. I think
I don't like Ed Helms at all.
Even with The Hangover, I think there's like a sequel that's better than it. I think like maybe the second one is better. I forget.
Zach Galifianakis, you don't see that motherfucker around.
Yeah, I think the second one is better. I'm not a big fan of this whole franchise. Not for me.
No, I don't like it either. It's bro shit.
It's not for me.
It's brojo.
I mean, this movie, the South Park movie, is good, but it does feel dated. And I think even Trey Parker has said like he's not crazy about it either. I think like there's been better South Park episodes than this movie. Like there's been way better episodes.
It's like iconic in the franchise, and that's what.
Yeah, and I get it. It's like, and I don't dislike it. I would say honestly, like out of 40, 22 for South Park is actually like I kind of agree with that. That's about right. Airplane, I'd actually put more towards the top 5, in my opinion. That's like kind of like a proto comedy version of like everything we like these days.
Well,
I don't agree with this.
Spoof movies that went on to like
but this is
early
like
2000s. Those spoof movies were nonstop. There was like
this is like a different level.
Superhero movie, there's tons.
This is like a different level than the spoof movies. This is like the best spoof movie. This is like
I know, but the format
category of its own
was set.
Let's see. You ever been to a Turkish prison?
To what?
A Turkish prison. Hot Fuzz. I mean, I like this movie. I wouldn't really put it up here this high.
No.
I like the Hot Fuzz. I like Hot Fuzz a lot. I like Edgar Wright. I wouldn't put it up this high. It's a good movie.
I don't like it.
I like it. I really like this movie.
It's a really good representation of
like
British
comedy
comedy
movies,
that's not there anywhere else.
think about this, like comedy movies, like it's all about the laughs, it's all about those LOLs. Do you get more LOLs out of Dumb and Dumber, or do you get more LOLs out of Hot Fuzz?
I would think.
I think you get more LOLs out
Shaun
of
of the Dead is ahead of Hot Fuzz.
I'd hope so. Bridesmaids, it's pretty good. I would still put it way behind every single thing we talked about. I like it.
Yeah, but you're a male chauvinist pig, so
I guess I'd still put it behind all things we've talked about.
No,
even Friday, everything.
I
mean, let me go back here. And I probably like it. I probably like Bridesmaids more than
actually, you know what? Bridesmaids. I mean, if it's not top 5, this list doesn't even. It's like illegitimate.
I mean, I probably like it more than Blues Brothers. I'll say that. Like, I don't know. I'd have to do rework this list on my own mind and be interesting to do.
Yeah, and make sure once you finish that to send it to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send it to MovieWeb and they could do my post. The right post. Let's see. 21 Jump Street. Oh God, no. This shouldn't be on the list. 22 Jump Street. 22 shouldn't be on the list.
They already had 21 on there.
Yeah, this is actually listed higher than 21. So yeah, I disagree. I disagree.
No,
The Big Lebowski is a very good movie. This is actually like a movie. These other movies don't even feel like real films. This is actually like a film.
I didn't really I don't know. It's too abstract and all.
It's too like a real movie to consider it a comedy movie. You know?
It's funny, but I don't.
It's
feel
funny,
like
but it's movie
intention or direction the entire time.
Right. It's like the comedy aspect of this is so obvious on these other movies. On Big Lebowski, it's not really their main focus, but it is funny. Blazing Saddles, like Blazing Saddles. Yeah, this is an obvious comedy movie, and I do like it.
Yeah,
we higher. It's a good movie. Probably Mel Brooks is his best.
No, his best is Men in Tights.
Duck Soup. I do like the movie a lot. This is probably my favorite Marx Brothers movie. So I get it. I like it. It's from 1933, so yeah, I get it. This is probably about right. Middle of the pack.
I don't think the Zoomers have seen it.
No, but throw Duck Soup in like 15. I don't mind this ranking. That's probably accurate.
You wouldn't get Eric Andre without Duck Soup.
Yeah, no, Superbad, man. Really like it. Really like the movie. Superbad's like fucking good. Really good. I think about this movie often, just in the back of my head.
I would have it in the first 2 rounds.
I agree. Like, there's certain movies, like I think so far, like Dumb and Dumber. Let me go back.
The issue with Superbad is it's relatively new, so it doesn't have as much of a shelf life and fan.
Like, also, I will say I really like Monty Python and stuff. So I like Life of Brian, but I still like it's not the best. Dumb and Dumber, Step Brothers, and
I think Dumb and Dumber should be like
me
in the
like
top
really
10.
high. Dumb and Dumber, I think Step Brothers too. Dumb and Dumber, Step Brothers, and so far Superbad
I agree,
are like
but
they're very high for me. They're very high in comedy for me. I'm going through this list, and even Office Space I like, but no, Office Space feels like a solid number 10. It's like in your top 10, it's just like a solid 10. It feels too low for Office Space too.
It's
But
still
let's go through the list.
Pretty solid list.
Airplane, man. Airplane, I feel like is number 1 or 2, personally. 1 or 2.
I've never seen it all the way through. I just know the
feel like
influence it has.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, I mean, I've seen it multiple times all the way through, and I feel like it influences everything. That's why I feel like it's like none of these movies would have been made other than Airplane. So it's like it kind of feels like a 1 or 2 movie for me.
Well, to me, Airplane is like Naked Gun.
No, Airplane.
Naked Gun for me. Naked Gun for me should be on here somewhere.
So I love Naked Gun.
I like those Leslie Nielsen movies.
I love Naked Gun, but Airplane's like way above.
No, I'm not saying Naked Gun's better than Airplane. I'm saying
it's way less.
Influenced Naked Gun too.
Well, it's the same directors. It's the Zucker brothers. They did the.
Yeah, but I think the Naked Gun franchise is more
it's good.
Impactful than Airplane.
Oh, no way. There would be no Naked Gun franchise without Airplane.
No, I know, but like I just feel like it's more.
I'm telling you, man, it's like
people because there's only one airplane movie. There's like
I would
several
honestly
Naked
say
Gun movies.
to me, if I had to make this list, I'd put Airplane at 1 or 2 for me. 1 or 2.
Jesus Christ, why do you like
no
that
joke.
movie?
I mean, it's like I think it is like one of the perfect because I mean, there's so much different like good comedy throughout it. Like it is really like.
Is that on Plex?
Oh yeah. I and even Airplane 2 is like. I'd actually put Airplane 2 above all the Naked Gun movies.
Wow,
too.
you're a pretty hardcore sucker. You're a sucker.
No joke. Like I do think Airplane is like
I didn't know
one
you
of the best
were
movies
fucking
that's
so
been
much
made.
Zuck.
No, I'm on the Zuck, man. But I honestly, seriously, Airplane, I might even put it 1. So far, I would actually probably say my number 1 comedy would probably be Airplane. That's probably my first. Let's go down after Superbad, where they got The Mask. Oh my God, The Mask! Come on. You can like throw out The Mask.
Way too high. That movie is
All
like for babies and shit.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna predict that Liar Liar is high on this list, which is an awful movie.
Well, no, Ace Ventura should be higher.
His Girl Friday. I've never seen this one. All right, this is interesting. A Howard Hawks movie. Okay. Never seen it. I'm gonna pass by it.
It looks hilarious.
Austin Powers. While I like Austin Powers, I feel like this should be like really late in the list. This should be like number 40.
I feel like it's
a good movie. It's funny. You know, like I like
it. Really, really big, and also.
But I would like switch this up with Dumb and Dumber.
Kind of still going around this time.
No, yeah, I guess so. A little start of it. Doctor Strangelove. Again, I wouldn't really consider this part of the list. This shouldn't really be part of the list. I like this movie a lot. It's a Kubrick movie. It's great. Shouldn't be part of the list. So I'm going to skip past it. Anchorman. I like Step Brothers way better than Anchorman.
Have we gotten to Napoleon Dynamite yet?
It's going to come up. Anchorman. What do you think about Anchorman versus Step Brothers? I like Step Brothers way better than this movie.
Yeah, but Anchorman's more...
Both Adam McKay, like...
Anchorman's just bigger and more successful.
Yeah, that's why I get where they're putting this on the list. But
Step Brothers is more insular and, personal.
I don't agree. Is it, though? I think it's just a funnier movie. That's my aspect of it.
Well, one is a family and the other is a company. So, yeah, it's completely different on the just level of shit,
But Austin Powers, man, how do you feel about Austin Powers?
I think it's a decent franchise.
I mean, I agree. It's not a bad franchise.
After this, and then the Goldfinger Beyonce shit, and then
well, I like that Heather Graham one better than the Beyonce one, but there's some things about that Beyonce.
Well, yeah,
one.
the
I like
Heather
that. I like the
Graham
gold.
one's
I like
good.
the gold. Like the I love gold part. It's funny. Like I get it. There's some nice things.
Do you remember Beyonce's character name?
Foxy Jackson?
Cleopatra
Jackson? Is her last name Jackson? I always thought it was Jackson.
I think it's Foxy Cleopatra.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where you got the Jackson from.
Okay. Racist white person, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like, oh no, you're not racist. It's just like I get it. I thought you were
Well,
gonna
no,
agree with
it's
me.
not. You're making it too personal. It's more the act.
Well, I got a pair of Cho jeans, so everything's getting personal to me these days.
I said no gag gifts, and Julie gave me Cho jeans, and I almost killed myself.
What are Cho jeans?
Chode jeans. They're jeans for a chode. Size 54 waist, 10-inch legs, fucking junk. Julie gave them to me.
It was just a joke.
I almost killed myself, Julie!
Russell.
Just a joke. Anchorman, yeah, we talked about it. Not a big fan. I think it's okay. Not my favorite thing. School Rock, I like the movie. School Rock.
That's way too high.
It's way too high. Again, this should be like you should
Come
put
on, what is this for fucking babies?
Yeah, I mean, if I was gonna put this in like my top 40, I'd put this at like 50.
This is not even.
I mean, it's not a bad movie. I like it,
It's
but like
quirky and endearing, and
right, like I like it. I have no issue with it, but it wouldn't be in my top fucking 10.
No, I mean, fuck.
Come on, Young Frankenstein.
Oh shit! I didn't know Richard Linklater did that.
Yeah, Richard Linklater did it, and also the guy who wrote it is the guy who wrote White Lotus. So that guy's going on to do a lot of shit.
Well, he did White Lotus.
What's his fucking name? I like that guy. Something, is it Mike White? Mike White? I'm gonna search this. Let me see. I think it's Mike White.
Yeah, I see Mike White right there in the cast.
It's Mike White. Mike White is the guy who did the White Lotus, and yeah, I like Mike White. And he directed this, or he wrote this movie. Yeah. He's a good. I like his stuff.
Like Mike White, but
I have no issue with. I have no issue with School Rock. I like School Rock. I just wouldn't put it this high. I do like this movie.
Mike White's okay, but Jane Doe is better.
And again, even with Young Frankenstein, I would say I definitely like Blazing Saddles better than this, personally. Maybe it's an Old West thing, and I like Gene Wilder. I like Frankenstein. I just think Blazing Saddles funnier. Let's see. Let's move past. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I get this where it is. It depends on your personal taste. I like this movie a lot. I think there's a lot of parts of it that aren't that funny. I do like it though, especially like the whole coconut part where he's pretending to. That's something I think it's in the first couple scenes, but where there's like a guy pretending to be on horseback and he's got two guys behind him like with coconuts to like pretend like. It's a good movie. I mean, I like it. I like this movie, but you have to like Monty Python, and I get someone who doesn't like it. You have to like Monty Python. Princess Bride. I think this is an overrated movie. I'm not a fan of this movie.
Is for older people.
I guess so. I mean, but then they put some movies so high.
You have like all the shit in the 20s to 30s. In the
I think I can do a better list than this.
To 20s, and they have all the shit probably where you would swap it with.
And even also this, like I can just tell by this list, like Naked Gun isn't even on here. I would at least put Naked Gun on here. You know what I mean? Like there's so many movies like that I think are funnier that should be on this list.
Yeah, what's the one with Anna Nicole Smith?
Naked Gun 3 with Anna Nicole. I'm pretty sure 3.
That one's one of the more memorable where they're at that awards.
I want to say it's 3. It's 33rd and the third, which is the third one. Yeah. They call it 33rd and third. Yeah. 94. Yeah. 3. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies on this list that I wouldn't even consider like part of this. Like Days Confused is a good example. It's like, is this a comedy? Like,
yeah, no, it's a comedy. It's a stoner comedy.
I don't know.
What would you have? Is
funny though?
It's not a romantic comedy.
I don't know. There's this like I don't know. It's like when you're trying to make a movie that I don't know, like Step Brothers is an obvious like we're trying to make you laugh. Is Days of Confused a movie where it's like we're trying to make you laugh? I feel like no. I feel like it's trying to be like a historical movie, trying to tell like a teen like drama a little bit, trying to have like a coming of age story. It's not like a comedy to me. I wouldn't even put it on the list. I'd not put it on the list.
Okay, well.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like, like American Pie.
I don't know who wrote the list.
We're trying to make you laugh. Like, the point of these movies is trying to make you laugh. Is Days Confused? Is that the point? I don't think so. Same with, like, Doctor Strangelove. Is it trying to make you laugh, or is it just has some funny parts in it? Like...
Well, isn't it based on the whole world getting destroyed by nuclear warfare? That's not that funny.
No, it's not a funny concept. Borat.
I feel like we sound like Zoomers now.
This is a good example. Borat trying to make you laugh the whole fucking movie. So it's like I get it, and I do think this is I kind of agree where it's like there might not be much funnier movies than this, as far as like trying to get you to laugh, being funny. Like
not only that, but just like the impact it had financially and socially. I mean, Borat, fucking huge.
And also, even just like the filmmaking of it, Larry Charles, kind of again, we're talking about the early Curb.
Seinfeld.
We're talking about early Curb. and we're talking about how it feels like documentary-ish. Borat
How
does
does
that
Sacha Baron Cohen link
feel.
up with this motherfucker?
I think he wanted to choose him because of Curb. Because Curb would have came out like 2001, 2002.
So Curb was like
He wanted to use him.
an influence on Borat.
Yeah, because I know he wanted to do that like style that felt like we were talking about. Like it feels like a documentary, even though it's fake. Even though it's a drama or like dramatized, like it's shot like a documentary and feels real. And that's what
Sacha
Borat
Baron
wanted.
Cohen had a pretty strong run.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that I
Started
feel.
out
I mean,
with
even
LG,
by the way, even the sequel,
did Borat, but
the
still,
Borat
like-
sequel is funny, man. The Borat sequel is really good. It was really funny, especially like, you know, a very 2020 type movie where it feel, you know, it's shot during those times. I think it was released in 2021, but it feels like the pandemic. So, and that's a big part of the movie too. So it's like it's got that like, it has that cultural thing onto it too. Borat 2 is good. You got that Russian chick who did really good. All right, this is like a boomer pick here. Some Like It Hot. I've seen it. Yeah.
Wait,
I don't think it's that funny. Personally.
Scroll back up.
Yeah, like why is Spinal Tap not on here? Maybe
Yeah,
Spinal
what
Tap.
the fuck?
Yeah, I would say Spinal Tap should be it would be in my top 10. Spinal Tap.
Isn't that a comedy? And
Oh,
where's
yeah.
Best in Show? Where's
I mean,
any
we
Christopher Guest stuff?
Yeah, where's Best in Show? I agree with that. I mean,
Mighty Wind.
I don't. This list is
fucking
fucked.
anything.
But I mean, I'm gonna say maybe after.
Consideration.
Here's the thing, man. After Something Like It Hot, are we gonna see Spinal Tap? Let's see. No, we're not. We're gonna see Groundhog's Day, which again also feels like it's a funny movie, but it almost doesn't feel like a comedy because it's got this a drama
No, it's
vibe.
definitely
It
comedy,
also
but
has,
it's also like weirdly existential and
yeah, it's got existential philosophical movies.
it's also
to it.
like a
I wouldn't.
hard rom-com.
I mean, the fact that you don't have here's a big part of this list. The fact that you don't have Spinal Tap in this list is a very big issue. We're talking 40 movies, 40 comedy
What about
movies. You don't
Tropic
have Spinal
Thunder?
Tap. Or Tropic Thunder. Dude, honestly, like if I made a 40 comedy movies list, it wouldn't have Doctor Strangelove. It wouldn't have probably wouldn't even have School Rock. And I like School Rock.
It's aged really well, and it's pretty fucking good.
Like School Rock might be like my 40, in my opinion. It'd be like my number 40. You know, like I would start this way different than I wouldn't have any of these old movies in here. But again, I also probably wouldn't have the Big Lebowski.
Well, they
in
need
here,
to
too.
be there, but they need to be in a place where they're represented, but not like really fucking high.
Right. Who
But
fucking
you're-
came
but-
up with this? Fucking Weinstein?
Before we begin, I just want to congratulate Harvey and his wife Georgina on the birth of their new baby boy.
Thank you.
Harvey gave us just what we needed, another him.
Finally, I'd like to thank Harvey Weinstein. The Punisher, that's his nickname. The Punisher, yes.
Harvey, if I keep thanking you in public, people will think we're having an affair. But nonetheless, if you're choosing sides in the playground before a scrap, I would like to have Harvey Weinstein and Graham King on my side.
Harvey Weinstein, Bob Weinstein, God bless them.
My friends at Miramax for making this film, especially Harvey. And
Harvey, thank you for killing whoever you had to kill to get me up here today.
and to Harvey Weinstein, the tough guy on the playground with the biggest heart. Thank you for saying you'd do anything for your friends, and you always do. Thank you.
And then Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. Harvey and Bob Weinstein. Everyone.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein.
I want to thank Harvey and Bob Weinstein, my agent Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein. The Punisher, Old Testament, I guess.
Especially the bomber Weinstein, my godfather.
Is it better than I do?
Sometimes I call him Jennifer. It's a pet name.
Okay.
I would like to thank Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie.
Harvey, thank you to Harvey.
Harvey Weinstein for his commitment.
And to Harvey Weinstein and everyone at Miramax.
These Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein and Lawrence Bender and
Harvey and Bob Weinstein. You also break my heart with your uncensored passion.
But I have to thank Harvey Weinstein. And thank you, sir.
And of course, Harvey, who first took me on 20 years ago when I was a mere child sensation. I
want to thank the Mishpucha Weinstein. Mazel tov.
There's a guy I'd like to really thank here that people don't thank enough, but there's a kindly, wonderful, gentle man that we all deeply love. His name is Harvey Weinstein.
Bullshit artist. 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 You, sir, are a horseshit artist. I call bullshit on that. Bullshit artist.
It's easily my favorite clip of modern times there. I can't get enough of the Greasy Strangler.
I'd say that and are you sure about that?
Oh, I think I know what you like this one too.
So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood, baby. It's Hollywood, baby.
I think you like that one.
Don't you give me that look.
Man, that bitch got herself a nice little dumper.
This is good.
Yeah.
But this is like, it just reminds me of Halloween too much.
Accurate statement too. The most accurate statement.
No, I thought you were going to play the "Are you sure about that?" clip. That's, I think, our best callback because it's got different iterations and designs. It's very complicated.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure it wasn't because after the thing that happened to me, no one could look at me without dying laughing? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
There you go. Yeah, I got some good clips here.
I don't give a flying fuck into a rolling donut about what Al Pacino thinks.
Going back to the old guys.
Yeah, a lot of our stuff is connected to Halloween.
Limited edition Star Wars Jeff Gordon Darth Maul Pepsi shirt. Andy's doing water curls. The fuck out of here.
Yeah,
that was when we were doing 4th of July stuff.
That's 4th of July. We got a lot of holiday connections, I guess.
Yeah, do you have the Jason Pierre-Paul clip?
Yeah, I think so.
The one you made?
Yeah, I do. Oh, wow.
You cannot stick it in the ground. It's not going to work.
Who did that?
You got to put it in the shoe.
That is funny.
So
and sad at the same time.
Yeah. If only Uncle Ronnie could have let him off.
Yeah.
It's topical, though. We got the Super Bowl coming up, so.
Always topical.
Yeah, we're always in.
This hers?
Tell me!
Yes, I think it's, yeah.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
I don't know!
There's that one. It's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Voy Kurag.
Gotta clap for that.
Gotta clap for it. Gotta clap for it.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Whoa. Very cool.
Wow.
It's funny they made this whole set. I was just realizing they built a whole set for that. And
No, they already
you know,
had the set.
Oh no, they have
Everyone-
multiple
the fuckers compile the set. They already had all that. It's not like they bought
I mean,
it.
like the Plinkett set is like ridiculous.
But I'm a little confused on how the clips are. Like, what's the order of them? Is it like what you customize, or it's just from recently played to last played?
I can move things around as I want, but a lot of it is just like as I added it in. You know what I mean?
So it's a combination of the two.
It's a combination of the two.
So you can easily drudge up some like old clip.
Right. What else was I gonna say? You know, there was a clip here someone brought up on Reddit with it was a Plinkett review that never happened. And I remember, you know, it's funny. I remember seeing this trailer, and it never happened, and I was disappointed. It seems like they've kind of like forgotten about. They've forgotten about a lot of things, you know. Plinkett's no more, man. But for a little bit, the Plinkett reviews were nice. I'm trying to find it from new. Ah, fuck. I gotta find it. Hold on, let me see. I gotta take my time a little bit here. Gotta find it.
Yeah, I'll be
there
back.
was yeah, do your thing. I'm gonna have to look on my phone here for this Plinkett review. It's worth it. It was talking about the Indiana Jones Crystal Skull, which, by the way, check out if you ever wanna. I've done a whole edit of Crystal Skull, and believe me, the Crystal Skull is way better than the new movie. That's the unfortunate truth of life. Crystal Skull was not that bad compared to the new movie. It's sad. It's sad state of affair. Hold on. I gotta go back through my history. Oh God, what do I have in here? Hell's Kitchen. Howard Stern. Watch it for the plot. Alright, shit. Fuck. I know I can find this somewhere. Give me a second. Maybe I liked it. Maybe I saved it. Maybe I liked it. Where's my red letter media? There we go. I'll find this. I'll find the top posts for the last week. All right, let me see. Okay, I found it. Didn't take me too long. It took me a little bit. Not as long as you'd think. Here we go. Let me share this. This is this never happened, and I remember watching it. This came out like and I was like excited. This is during the Plinkett era where I was like, I really wanted to see every Plinkett thing that could happen because it was always funny. They're a big part of like the funny things about Red Letter Media. Big part of it. And I was excited for this because they would do these deep dives and everything, and they'd go through something with a fine-tooth comb, and it was nice to see that. That's kind of what was nice about this. Essentially, by the way, Plinkett is why Red Letter Media is famous. You got the prequel Plinkett things with Phantom Menace, and I would have loved for them to do it for Indiana Jones. They could have done the whole. They could have done a lot. They could have done the whole movie for this. They could have done this new one. I don't know what they did. I guess they've. It's probably like a little too much effort. I get it.
Oh,
and she shivered as he thrust his towering rod into her moist, quivering love button. Yeah, that's right. You take it, baby.
Arise, Lord Plinkett.
What?
The time has come.
What?
The time for your next review is here at last.
My next review? I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Why, your next movie review for the internet.
What's an internet? I don't do movie reviews.
What? Where am I? Fucking MapQuest.
Okay, honey pie, I got my pizza rolls, and now I'm all set. Show me that business. Oh, yeah. Ooh la la. That's right, baby. Take it off, but do it slowly, because this cost me 3 Medicare checks.
If you are not the real Plinkett, I will search him out with the dark side of the Force.
Wait a minute. I sense a presence I have not felt since...
Good. Good. I have found the real Lord Plinkett. You cannot hide from me.
Oh, God, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Yes, busy. Busy wasting your time with hookers and pizza rolls. No, Lord Plinkett, I believe you know what your destiny is.
What?
Your destiny is to review a certain movie.
What?
And that movie is called Quigley, starring Gary Busey as a talking dog.
No.
What? So be it. If you will not review Quigley, then at least review The Dark Knight Rises teaser trailer. The movie looks like fucking shit. Christopher Nolan. Psh, what an overrated hack. I could make a better film.
Meh. How am I supposed to review a trailer? I haven't even seen the movie.
Well, fine then. If you will not review either of those two, then please at least review Follow That Bird, the first Sesame Street feature film. They got Big Bird's character all wrong. I do not consider that canon.
I don't know about those. How about I just review this instead?
I will accept that. My business is finished here. I'm going to leave now. Die, fake Plinkett! Die!
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, that hurts! Oh, stop it!
There you go. Would have been good. I would love to see their Crystal Skull review. Like S. Plinkett. I know they did a whole review for it, but not like that. But on that note, check out my edit it. You could find my edit for that.
Of what? Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones.
Which one?
Crystal Skull.
That's
when are you gonna watch? When watch my review?
Kate Blanchett is the villain.
Yeah, when are you gonna watch my review?
I saw it when you showed me like a Reddit link to it. I watched it.
Here you go. Look at this, man. Look at all my.
But I didn't think you wanted.
I put in like legitimate work.
Full dissertation on the response.
Look at all the work I put in here. Look at this list of edits here. This is kind of crazy.
Okay.
I mean, I cut down at least like 30 minutes from the movie.
Why? What brought you to do this?
I wanted to do like a film edit thing. I know there's this whole thing where people were editing movies to make fan cuts. So I was like, I want to try put my hat into the field there, try to see what I can do. And yeah, I can do it. And I think honestly my cut's not bad. My cut is definitely better than the movie, so I'll say that. Like you can watch this version of the cut and be entertained. I got rid of all the stupid shit. I cut out the 50s racing scene that I thought was stupid.
What's the difference between trimming and removing?
Same thing. Oh well, no. No. There's some scenes where I kept in, but I trimmed it. Like let's say you have a whole scene. That's
so like a trimming is an adjustment, and a removal is like I don't want this shit to be in it whatsoever.
Yeah, like I mean, I talk about this like the crate scene.
You should do this with the Anakin Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple movies I thought about doing it with. Nothing has really stood out to actually make a cut. I would never do the new Indiana Jones movie. That movie's like unsalvageable. But
what about Citizen Kane? Do you have a re-edit for that?
No. That's pretty good. This movie is like honestly like
even if you made one, no matter what you put out, like a bunch of boomers would be like, "This is."
Well, I think it's like this. There's certain movies that like
abomination.
There's certain movies that feel like there's like some things you could do that would make this better and would actually be decent, and that's kind of what Crystal Skull was. The new Indiana Jones was like there's nothing in it. Like I watched it. There's nothing in it. There's nothing in it that I'd want to like. Fucking, I called mine the City of Gods cut, but there's nothing in.
God's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, there's nothing in the new Indiana Jones movie that I'd really even want to keep. I would keep maybe like 15 minutes. Like, there's nothing I'd actually want to really see.
Kate Blanchett looks awful with that like bold cut, heat wife fucking haircut.
Yeah, I cut her a lot. In this movie, I like kind of cut around her completely.
I heard.
I mean, the beginning of this movie is good.
You saying her just performance and accent were awful.
Yeah, no, the beginning of this movie is like pretty good. Like the 50s thing with Shia LaBeouf. Like there's a big part of this movie that's good.
Did you keep the monkeys swinging sequence?
No. You're right here.
All right. Well, I'm not watching this shit then.
Yeah, I kept that out.
You pretty much took out the only scene that I wanted to watch.
Yeah, I cut out all the shots of Mutt swinging on the vines.
4 hours of Ford dialogue and no monkeys. Fuck that.
Yeah, this was that was my most hated part of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I cut out all of that. I mean,
I would have cut out all the weird father-son motorcycle sex stuff.
But also with this movie, it's like I did this because I didn't think I saw like a lot of the fan edits, and like every fan edit like is Star Wars or The Hobbit, or like there's so many Hobbit fan cuts. I was like, I've seen enough of the Hobbit fan cuts, and also, by the way, I was watching some of the Hobbit yesterday, dude. That movie's not that bad. Cause I've seen the Amazon Lord of the Rings, and Jesus Christ, the Hobbit is like so much.
You don't even call it by its name anymore. You just say the Amazon.
Yeah, the Rings of Prime. Yeah, the Rings of Prime series is pretty fucking bad. But yeah, Amazon.
I would say it's like one of the most brutal experiences you'll have.
Yeah, it's really unredeemable. I couldn't even see like anyone fan editing that into anything either. Like there's nothing there.
No, because to fan edit, you actually have to go and then experience it over and over again, and that would be like waterboarding yourself.
Yeah, and there are even some things like with Star Wars, like the prequels, where like there are some decent things in the prequel that like select scenes that I guess you could cut into all one like movie kind of thing. Like you could take all three of those movies and make like one good movie. That's not good movie, but like decent. Because I think those movies, everyone likes to talk how like the prequels are like better than they are. They're not. They're not good. Those are really bad movies. People like I get it. We've had really bad Star Wars stuff, so those look better, but they're still not good. Same thing with The Hobbit. Like Lord of the Rings Amazon series is really fucking bad, but The Hobbit still isn't good either. But there's something there. It's like something kind of there. There's nice like Weta effects. I don't know. There's some things I was watching it. I was like, Jesus Christ, you could have made this so much better, like easily. You know, like even in the beginning of the movie where like Smaug is like fucking up the dwarf city, and like Thorin looks over at the elves who decide not to help, and like he's just like, whatever. And then like even like the dwarf's like, whatever. It's like make it like impactful. Have him be like pleading to these like dwarves from like, you know, like to come.
To me, that
Like, there's
movie
no
suffers
acting.
from-
There's no acting.
There's really no one that likable.
But even like that, like you could have made it likable, where it's like someone who's like, I beg you to fucking come
Well,
here,
yeah,
and then they
when you,
don't.
like,
He
turn
just
off
says
that
like he just looks
past-
over at them, and they're on the rock, and they decide not to come. Why not make it be like a scream or something, or like an agonizing scream where you're so distraught that they didn't come? Like, you know, like there's no acting, or like even that. Like I will blame on Peter Jackson, where you could have made this more like impactful emotionally. It's like kind of stupid. I would have like made it more like if you went back and like looked at those scenes, you could like put more emotion into them. It would have been like a such better film. It needed like the emotion. That's what I realized. It needed the emotion. A lot of scenes. But overall, it's a nicely shot thing. It's got the Weta effects. It's not as bad as the Amazon series, like nearly. So it looks a lot better these days, but still not a good movie. Not a good movie. But Amazon, I was like watching the fucking Covenant get opening. Oh yeah, exactly. That's how I felt, man. Felt like that. I felt like Rachel Zegler looking at Hollywood's burning Hollywood sign. But yeah, that about solves it for us, man. We got the King of Queens with the huge tits at the bottom there, so always look out for that.
Yeah.
You see, you've seen the huge King of Queens tits thing, you'll know it's us.
That's weirdly fantasy football related.
Really? How does it relate?
I got it from somebody within that community.
Really?
Because the Kevin, what the fuck's this guy's name?
Wasn't
The
it about like
King of Queens guy.
Belichick? I thought it was like a Belichick related thing.
The image has been like regurgitated and reused throughout that industry, and then it mutated somehow adjacently into the this thing. I think the context was like when your wife asks you about like a bet that failed or something. I don't know.
I get
'Cause,
it.
you know, a lot of times these guys are like,
Oh yeah,
well,
they're like not letting everyone know about
their
their
like
bets.
child's college tuition or some kind of savings.
Right, like you should.
It's like, sorry, honey, I just lost this 50,000.
Yeah, like what is this shithead gonna go to Duke? Come on, he's gonna go to a community college instead, and drop out and be a, garbage man. No one wants to admit that they're raising the next garbage man, though, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm raising the next Stephen Hawking."
You know, the
Someone's raising the next garbage man. They don't want to talk
world
about.
needs ditch diggers.
Yeah, they need what is it? Like
Coders.
post-mortem people, like funeral directors. That's another
You
thing.
either gotta know how to dig a ditch or write code.
Yeah, or know how to like dress up a body, right?
No, morticians is like you
Big
don't
money
need
in
a,
that.
no, there's
Family
not a lot of-
business. Oh no, there is a lot of money in that, but I think it's kind of mostly family. Like the funeral homes are kind of family-based businesses.
I live across the street.
Dude, there's loads of money in that. It's not even like a joke. There's loads. Cause dude, the thing is this, like, look at this, like, look at like a lot of jobs.
It depends on
AI,
how popular people are who are dying.
yeah, everyone's dying every fucking day. So you're
No, I
gonna
know,
have a
but
clientele.
a bunch of like losers who
The clientele never stops.
maybe it's like 2 people showing up. It's not that profitable.
The clientele never stops for a funeral. I'm telling you, it never stops.
Well, yeah, it's like life insurance or car insurance or any kind of insurance.
That shit ain't stopping anytime soon. No, that's a business that'll go on for throughout time. I guess until we like just start throwing bodies in the trash, like Dan DeVito says in Always Sunny.
I mean, I'm gonna, if I have a choice, I want to get cremated just so I don't get dug up and like skull fucked or, who's to say like
You're really worrying about that, but that would be outside of your realm.
You're like
even knowing.
You pay like a bunch of money to be put in a coffin, and then somebody digs you up and like makes.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know though. If someone dug you up in skull fuck, you wouldn't know. You would have no, you'd have no connection to that skull fuckery. So would it really matter?
Well, I wouldn't be experiencing it, but anyone who knew me would see like my body getting turned to like a scarecrow.
I figured you were like a mausoleum type guy. You don't want to be in a mausoleum.
What's that mean?
It's like an above ground kind of. It's like an above ground grave, in like a little room.
Your body's just in it, but not underground.
Right.
Okay.
In like a protected
I'd rather just get like. I don't want the risk of like somebody being able to do stuff with my corpse once I'm gone.
Yeah, there's cremated remains in our mausoleum. That's often the case.
Well, also like there's a There's an Eric Andre bit where he's eating his uncle's remains, and then his uncle comes out and says, "Oh, they only cremated my arms."
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I have no. I don't care.
You don't have a will yet?
It's kind of like no, I don't have a will. It's kind of beyond my
You're
decision.
old enough to die, man.
Sure, we all are, right?
Well,
anyone is. Anyone is, right? Fucking Ziegler is, right? Big titted James is.
So just be getting reincarnated like a spirit.
Those are some like
somebody else.
Those are like some
I feel like
EF
Brie
songs.
Larson shifted through a conduit and another one, and then Ziegler was like the fourth generation.
You don't want to get like Elon Musk. You don't want to put your consciousness into a new AI being. Isn't that your plan? So you could live on.
What do you mean?
Like kind of like imagine being able to like duplicate your consciousness to a hard drive. So you could actually essentially be on a hard drive. Wouldn't that be more appealing?
The world wants more of my mindset out there.
I think it would be that hard drive that would have it, not the world really. That hard drive would have it. You'd probably have like Travis Scott memes and Rachel Zegler and I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you exposed me to it. I'm not
Skittles guy who's the little Nancy boy Skittles guy. That'd probably be a big part of your afterlife.
The
Strawberries
what?
and like the berries and cream guy.
I wasn't into that.
Yeah, but they would make that part of your programming. That's like everyone, like they try to like kind of humiliate.
I had an idea for a Nancy Boy's horror movie based off of that commercial.
Yeah, it was multiple people's idea. It was a good idea. I think it's still funny that Nancy Boy is.
That would be like some good Tubi.
It was a good. That was a very good zombie.
That would be like a good Tubi horror movie.
It was a very good zombie parody type idea.
Well,
But
also the weed zombie premise is a good idea too.
I think the Nancy Boy thing's a little more strong because it's not as geared towards a drug. People get the Nancy Boy thing.
Well, it's a lot weirder, yeah.
Yeah, it's weirder, but also like funnier too. Like there's more comedy.
I'm trying to think more though, like Sharknado sci-fi level audience.
Oh yeah, I think you're
Nancy Boy stuff.
You're way past that. They wouldn't get that. They wouldn't get that. You're talking like 4D chess to someone like that. No, they don't get that. That's like Harry Potter chess to them. It's like some flavored jelly bean things that they're eating a Harry Potter train kind of shit. They wouldn't get it. It's outside their realm. Are you getting it?
As Han's story came to an end in Force Awakens, how did you feel about the ending? Did you feel good about the ending? Do you like the way his story ended up? Did you see that as Han's ending?
Are you getting it? Yeah, I'm getting it. Are you getting it? You gotta get it, man.
There you go. All right, man. We're Wizard_Shack. We will be back on Friday. I'll see you
When
lot.
the Oscars?
Oscars are March, so we're a good bit away.
Oh wow, they kind of drum up stuff pretty early.
Yeah, they drum it up early, man, and then they kind of like throw it into the wind. Because yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna care. Like if I was them, I mean, I think the Grammys are this week. Grammys are this week, but no one cares about the Grammys.
Grammys are Sunday.
Grammys are Taylor Swift Day, Tay-Tay Day. Yeah, that's it.
Well, you know what's weird is you get the Grammys on the break of the NFL playoffs.
Yeah.
Before the Super Bowl.
You know what?
So
Tuesday
the tie-up can be complete. You get
maybe
Taylor
Friday. We'll talk about the Grammys.
Sweeping the Grammys just to set up the Super Bowl win for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Friday. You know what, man? Friday we'll go through the Grammys stuff. We'll do our picks and all that shit. Like, we could do that. Although I don't know any of his music. Music.
It's too early.
No, it's Friday. Friday would be Sunday. 2 days before the event.
Oh, Grammys, yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through the Grammys on Friday. And
if they're gonna fucking talk about it.
yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, I know Obama does. Obama claims to. So.
Well, yeah, I know he's got a playlist.
He's deep into the connections of everything. He knows music. But we'll take a look. Is Travis Scott on there? Is Travis Scott involved or?
I don't know if
maybe a little too death toll-y.
In this movie is because he's not fucking with music anymore. I don't know.
I think he is still. I think there's an out. I think he is. We'll take a look. I guess Taylor Swift's gonna kind of clean up, but until then, I'll see you, love it. We're Wizard_Shack at Twitter and everywhere you can find us. WizardShack.
Our Discord.
Yeah, we got Discord.
It
I don't
exists.
use it. It exists though. I got to try to use it one day.
Other people do.
I'll try to use it. All right. Later, man. See you guys.